Okie dokie. Going live. And peace to the family.
Peace. Welcome to Wellness Chat Wednesday.
My mother. Yo, it's DJ Domo in the building. But yeah, we're going to play some music for y'all while we got more people jumping up in the room. Please make sure y'all hit that like button when y'all come up in here and share the video. Share the video. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you can, if you have anybody that needs this information. You know, we got some powerful guests on the channel tonight. So, without further ado, this is my original song, My Mother. And let's get some more people up in here, man. Yes. My mother, yes, she cares for me. Your mother, yes, she cares for you. My mother is the reason why I am. My mother is the reason why you are. They are the reasons why we are here. They are the reasons why I know you much. And I will show you. Listen and I will tell you. Where's my moderators, man? Where's Dimitri? Where you at, Mr. Dimitri? Hey, family, click the link and join us on YouTube.
Give thanks, sis. We got a donation from Sister Sean.
Appreciate you, sis. Click everybody on Instagram. Join us on YouTube. Feel me? We got the number jumping up. Make sure y'all share. Come on. We jamming. Click that like button when y'all up in here, family. We got some powerful guests on the building tonight. Hey, family, look. Everybody on IG, leave the live, click the link in the bio, and join us on YouTube. Live on YouTube. Yes. Thank you. We still got some more music for y'all, family. We still got more people jumping in. You know what I'm saying? We got some powerful guests tonight. You know what I mean? We're going to have a powerful discussion. And we're going to have an open floor. So if you guys want to ask some questions, you guys want to jump in, that's going to be happening tonight too. You know what I mean? We got the Twin Flame Coalition tonight. You know what I mean? My brother Hassani and his lovely wife Shelby. This is my lovely wife over here, Botanica. You know what I'm saying? I'm brother Domo. Domo, a jack of all trades. Domo, JOAT. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to play one more song for you guys. And we're gonna bring in our guests. But that song was just My mother, you know what I mean? That's streaming everywhere. All my music is streaming. Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, Apple Music, whatever else. All the streaming platforms. Download Jack of all trades. Support the music. But that music video is also on my YouTube channel. Did a music video for that. Shout out to all the mothers, the divine feminine, goddesses. We're gonna have a lovely mother on the channel tonight. You know what I'm saying? So she's gonna speak on motherhood as well. You know what I mean? But hey, and now I'm gonna drop this tune that I did. I just did this maybe 2 weeks ago. Dropped this from one of my one of my idols. I'm gonna say that. Bob Marley. His birthday was February 6th, so I did a little tribute for him with my brother Kareem Thompson. Shout out to you, King. You know what I'm saying? KJ Marcel on the drums, Jason Smith on the bass. You know what I mean? Yes, I'm a musician, so I gotta put in the music in there too, right? So we vibing, and you know, if you like Bob Marley, you drive into some reggae. Hey, I rap too, and I sing. I do a lot of different things, so I don't want to be put into the box of a reggae artist. I know I got locks, y'all. But come on, you know what I'm saying? We versatile over here, the jack of all trades. But yeah, let me play this tune for you real quick. And then we're going to the guests. Make sure y'all share the video. This is the time to share the video to get more people in.
And you know this topic is juicy, so send it to all your friends.
You know what I'm saying? Bring them. You know what I mean? We want all the smoke. All right. Join us on YouTube, family.
You guys are so faithful, steady coming through, and we appreciate y'all. So tonight, we're going to be examining. Are you really looking for a life partner, or are you really looking for friends with benefits? This is completely different. It's a completely...
You can see us now, family, right? Yeah, you can see us now. Peace.
It's a completely different mindset. It's a completely different way of going about relationship. So tonight we have the lovely Twin Flame Coalition joining Balance Healing.
Yes, this is Balance Healing.
You know, it's Team Arna, all the way. We are in the same tribal government. So you've met some of our tribe members before, such as Manny and Huyana, when they were talking to y'all about how to become vaccine exempt.
Yes, that's More Life Solutions. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. Shout out to the brother, his queen. You know. And
so now you get to meet some more Arna folks. And if you're interested in joining a tribal government where you can, take back your own reparations, then holla at us.
About it. Yeah, I love it. Man, you see why I married her? But look, yeah, family. My wife said it, clean cut, we got some powerful guests coming on tonight. Thank you guys for being here. This is Wellness Chat Wednesdays. You are here again with Balance Healing, right? As you can see on the side, you see our logo. Thank you for the people that are sending in some donations. Oh yeah, you see our logo right here. You know what I mean? See your logo right here. You know what I'm saying? We also did drop a cookbook. We're gonna be dropping all those links in the group chat and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So you can basically bring some vitality into your kitchen, man. You know what I mean? Eat to live, don't live to eat, family. You know what I mean? That's another aspect that we talk about or try to empower people in Arna, right? So, but that's just a lifestyle that we implement. You know what I mean? Live by example, and but tonight, right? This is Wellness Chat Wednesday, right? So, a lot of our topics have been, wellness as far as, when it comes to nutrition, intermittent fasting, circadian rhythm. But we also spoke about, our relationship as well, because there has to be a form of wellness in that. You know what I mean? That's something that you're, companionship.
Yep.
Right, with somebody. And then if that's not healthy, then remember, all is mental. So your thoughts can control how you even eat. You know what I'm saying? And then that could stem, and all that is just a domino effect, right? It leads on. So the topic of tonight is, are you looking for a friend with benefits, FWB, right? And we all know what that means. You know what I'm saying? We're grown folks here. But guys, please do know that we do run a homeschool, right? So we do have a lot of students there. There were some students in our chat just now. You can see it in the chat. You see it says peace, Mr. Domo. That's my student right there. That's one of my students, right? So we do have children on the live, but this is educational. So we can be free. We can speak free. Well, God, I want you to just know that, there are all ages watching.
Yes. But they need to understand.
But they need to understand this. You know what I mean? Because if they don't learn, then how they gonna learn? So, are you looking for a friend with benefits or a life partner?
Mm-hmm. And some people think that they're in a life partnership, but that is not. It's really a friend with benefits because y'all are not going towards the same goals as life partners. So we're gonna examine all of that beautiful stuff tonight.
And without any further ado, right? Oh, this is a drum roll. I got the drums right over there. We in the studio. I got crash. And pull up. And where we at? Zoom in right here. Boom!
Woo!
Hey!
Oh, there we go.
So now you can see our guest. We're live with our guest family.
Yes, the lovely Twin Flame Coalition. Woo!
How are we today?
Family, is the audio good? Can y'all hear everybody good? Is the audio? I want to make sure before we even start talking with our guests that you can hear everything and you can see everything. I want to make sure that the audio is good, right? So family in the chat, let me hear as the audio go. Hey, we got a moderator in the building. Hey, we got some Arna people in the building.
Awesome. Clary Nerd is the Arna folk too. All right.
And if you guys want to talk in the chat too, Shelby and Hassani, y'all could join it from the other phone, right? And you got
just click the link for YouTube. But you might want to keep that low so it doesn't interfere with
you can
the
just
sound.
turn the volume all the way down. But I'm pretty sure people are gonna be saying stuff in the chat that y'all gonna want to see, and they might be asking direct questions too. So Dimitri.
Peace. So if you go to the link in our bio, everyone on Instagram,
yes,
if you go to the link in our bio, whichever Instagram platform you're on, go to the link in the bio and click on that link, and it'll bring you straight to YouTube so you can see our guests, because we have some powerful, powerful guests. Okay, you got the message. Great. Awesome. I'm so excited.
Say that again?
They're asking if we hear them okay.
Yes, everything. The sound is good. Sound is good.
Cool.
Okay.
Good.
So we'd love for you guys to introduce yourselves.
Yes, please introduce yourself to the platform.
Tell everyone who you are, where you are, what y'all do, all that greatness.
Well, we are the founders of Twin Flame Coalition. Originally, we were marriage and relationship coaches. That was our primary focus. We just wanted to help everyone and do everything for everybody. But now we have zeroed in our focus to tribal members, mostly to tribal members. Our only clients we are accepting right now are tribal members, and we're helping them get married. and we're helping tribal members stay married.
Yes.
That has become our primary focus. That is our baby. That is our life. Because we were running into a lot of people. We were running into a lot of people who were bickering and fighting, but they weren't trying to progress toward the same goal. And we were like, you know what? If y'all not talking about marriage, we're not here.
Yeah.
We're not here anymore. We're not here for it.
Yeah.
If you want to get married or stay married, we're here for you. So that is what we've done. In addition to that, I run my own cardology business. My husband runs his own YouTube channel. I know, Coach Ali's Corner and Mama Ali's Cardology.
Yeah, shout it out.
Together. What'd you say?
I know, shout it out. Shout out the YouTube channel. Make sure y'all go subscribe.
Yes.
One more time. So sorry, it's choppy a little bit.
Oh. Yeah, no, we were just bigging y'all up.
Yeah, she's saying, shout out that YouTube channel so the family can go subscribe to that. And I'll drop the link for his YouTube channel too.
Yay. So thank you. So that is who we are. That is what we do. So in summary, I'm a cardology leader. My husband is a YouTuber helping men understand that what true masculinity really is and what that means and what it means to have a family, what it means to be professional, what it means to be a black man today. And together we are relationship coaches.
Beautiful. Can you explain what cardology is for those who are, that's a foreign word?
Yes! Yes, of course I can.
The baby!
I know we got a baby.
Hey,
Hello.
look at the baby.
That's one of 3, guys.
One of 3, exactly. The other 2 I'm sure will be up here momentarily. So, cardology is the mystic and ancient art of interpreting playing cards. Playing cards are the original tarot. All the swords and the knives, swords, wands, cups, pentacles are actually the diamonds, the clubs, the spades, and the hearts. The playing cards were the original tarot. The ancient Olmec actually created the system as a form of fortune telling and personality assessments. So what I do is I help people find out what cards are associated with them, with their birthday, and I help them find what their purpose is. I help them stay on track to living their purpose, and I help them find compatible relationships.
Love it.
Compatible relationships. Not everybody is for everybody, you feel me?
Oh, yeah.
That's a fact.
And that's so important. And I'm so glad that someone like you is doing that work.
Thank you. It's fun work. It is fun work. I just finished the reading.
Nice.
Just before I got here. It was a ton of fun.
Awesome. Okay. So, you guys have a ton of experience with viewing people trying to get into a relationship or in relationships that are not compatible. You know, Damo and I talk all the time about, like, you know, I want you to give your analogy when you're done writing about I'm not going to do it justice. So I'm gonna wait for that part.
Appreciate your honesty.
Yeah.
Wait, what you want me to do? I can do it
The
right
one where you like if like people are not fitting, like they're supposed to fit like this, but when all of their values are not completely aligned, then they might fit like this.
Yeah, like
they might fit like this instead of.
I'm gonna break it down real quick. I know what my wife is alluding to. So basically, family, when you're with somebody, like, you guys gotta have certain boundaries, and there's no, what do you call them?
Standards.
Nothing standards. It's no non-negotiables.
Yeah.
Right, non-negotiables. So yeah, you can be with somebody for 5 years, right? But then when y'all start living together, the whole thing could change drastically. You know what I mean? Or when you have children, everything can change drastically. So before you even kind of like seal the knot, there's certain things that you guys should already know. Like, okay, cool. Just give me an example from our perspective and whatnot. Like, okay, cool. Well, hey, I want to homeschool my children. So, hey, you want to homeschool your children? So, boom. That's already one thing that's locked, right? I'm not trying to send my child, to the enemy. I'm not trying to have them come home with this stuff, with this whole different kind of rhetoric. Nah. I want to homeschool my kids. Boom. That's a lock right there. And then, hey, well, I don't really eat this kind of stuff. Well, hey, I eat this way too. I eat healthy. You know what I mean? I eat to live. Okay, cool. You eat to live too? Or I don't like to use the word vegan, but you eat good? Okay, cool. Boom. Then y'all lock here. hey, well, you know what? I'm pregnant now. Well, we don't really do hospitals, right? So, or when you get pregnant, what you gonna do? Oh, we don't do hospitals. We don't do a home birth. You know what I'm saying? You ever heard of a midwife? Yeah, I know what midwives are. Boom! You see how y'all lock right there?
Mm-hmm.
So y'all in sync.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
vaccinations is another one.
Oh, vaccinations. Well, I'm not really trying to get my child vaccinated, and we homeschooling them. Yeah, what are you talking about? We on the same page, girl. Go back. You know what I'm saying? So that's just four. And another one would kind of be like, oh, well, I don't really want you to work, right? You work? Like, no, I have my own job, I have my own business. Well, we got our own business too. So you ain't got to, boom, locked in. You know what I'm saying? So that's just five examples. But just imagine, right, when one is off, where it's like, well, you got all that, but the person got a job. So you're at home with the kids while this person's at work. And then you really don't get the quality time that you want to spend because most of their day goes to somebody else, another entity, right? So that's kind of off. Or you got children now, but this person wants the child to eat meat now, right? And they don't want to eat because they don't want to continue on the same path that you were on. Or you probably didn't really conceal that at the beginning of the relationship or the situationship. You know what I'm saying? So what can happen is if dysfunction, y'all not locked because there's too many non-negotiables or standards that's not met. So what it is that people settle, right? And then you just go along with it. And then time goes on and that's just a recipe for disaster. You know what I mean? It's just like, cause it's not in tune, right? You guys are not in sync. But you're forcing it, and anything that's being forced isn't gonna sustain itself too much, yo. Or you know what I mean? It's not gonna be from a genuine, it's not gonna come out of genuine attributes or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because
there's gonna be friction.
It's friction. You know what I mean? Because it's forced. Versus like, you guys wanna be with each other. I'm actually plant-based. I actually eat this way. Oh, you actually do this already? Well, you know what I mean? Imagine if this person is very highly religious. They go to church every Sunday. But you was like, well, you know what I mean? I got my altar over here. I praise my ancestors over here. And they like, whoa, what you doing over there? It's kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, those things could clash. And then, you know what I mean? And then people don't see it, like, as nothing because it's like, yeah, I love this person. But then as it grows and grows and grows and grows and just, it can just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get ready. And then when children get involved and then, like you might want to teach your child this way while this one wants to do it this way. And then, like Hassan and you was talking before we even started the live, well, that's when, the law will get involved. Child support. Things are like that nature where, you know what I mean? Well, you guys don't agree? Well, we going to come in and tell you what's good. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Right. Back.
Yeah.
So.
Hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
They about to feed.
Covered.
So, get a blanket.
So these are important things to consider, right? Because when you know that you're looking for a life partner, that's one thing. But if you know that you just kind of looking for friends with benefits.
Hold up, I want to address this. We got a question in the chat. Like I said, it's gonna be conversation, right? Mm-hmm. So Sister Dimitri said, "Is there a difference between compromise and settling?" I'm gonna ask that to the
Yes, let's let the guest answer
let the
that
guest
one.
answer that, please. That's a good question.
Did you have an answer before?
You seem very passionate about
that. Because it's something a lot of my clients are talking to me about right now. They're like, well, I don't want to have to compromise. What do you think like this? So, compromise is not change. One more again. Compromise is not change. Right?
Teach.
When you compromise, you come to a common ground with the person you are interested in. A common ground means that you both agree that the ground that your feet are now on is a good place to stand.
Yes. Uh-oh. Audio went out. What? Audio went out.
We good?
Okay.
Now, that is what a compromise means. When you're settling for someone, that means that person is saying, I'm not moving off of this ground, and if you want to be with me, you're going to stand on this ground with me.
Okay.
That's settling. Oh, I'm going to settle on your ground. You don't want to come over here. You don't want to just create a new plot of land. You don't just want to ground together. No. No, I don't want to do that. Then you're settling. But if you two can come to a compromise together, guess what? That's a relationship.
Okay.
I like that.
So when it comes to things like, let's say, like one of those 5 pillars, right? Like, let's say one parent, or like, let's say it was a situationship, but you know, some you know, unprotected sex turned into a beautiful child, right? And you know, when it comes to vaccinations or so, like, how does that work? You know, I don't know if there's a compromise there, or like, how would you talk about that?
If one says yes, another says no. Well, let me use a similar example of something that seems so crazy that you can't even fathom the same thing. Like when my husband was like, "Let's not get a birth certificate for our child," and I was like, "Excuse me, what?" I was like, "I'm sorry, what are we doing with our life right now? Who are you? Why don't we need a birth certificate?" I freaked out. So he was like, "Okay, wife, okay, I understand your concerns. Here's what we are going to do." He got me on the phone with a jurist. He took me to see Ali. He took me to see our chief Ali. He had every question answered. Anytime I had concern, every question was answered. And me, after, you know, a couple of months, I was like, "You know what? You made a lot of sense. I'm good now."
Yes. So now you moved to a ground that you were comfortable on.
Yes.
So that's compromise.
Exactly. He gave me the whole list of everything his ground was made of and confirmed it was safe.
Yes. You see, so that's so powerful, because he didn't just bulldoze, right? He wanted to make sure you were comfortable and all of your questions were answered, and that you could make your decision and say yes on your terms. That is powerful. Powerful. See, y'all need to watch his YouTube, brothers, because if y'all are looking to lead a household, you kind of need to know how to make your wife feel safe, you know, and that's really important. So, you know, check them out.
We're pretty cool.
And really quickly, I won't be very long.
No, you good.
But when a lot of people say settling is a code word for, I want to be able to get all the benefits minimal that I have to get. If you notice, settling always has a negative connotation. And so when you hear questions like that, when you hear people say, I shouldn't have to settle, that's code word for, I should be able to get all the benefits with giving the minimal possible in order to get what I want. And so just be careful when you're listening. You want to look for listen for context clues, even when you're talking to someone in a conversation. If it's always in a negative connotation, then that's code for, I want to be able to have, you know, everything on my wish list, but the person on the other side, you know, they'll be lucky if they get 2.
Yeah.
You have to listen to when people are speaking, a lot of people tend to lie in omission. It's not what they're saying, it's what they're not saying. So it's always a context clue will tell you what they're really looking for without having to actually say it.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for that.
Our handyman was like, "Hey, y'all speaking facts over there."
That's facts. But I'll give my little perspective too on compromising and settling, because some people, like I said, I'm very analytical, right? I can see things in different ways, so I definitely agree with you, Shelby. I agree with that, and it's 100%. But I see where some people could kind of reach and try to say, well, hey, like compromising and then settling, you know what I mean, could be one and the same token, because guess what? With your example now, did you get because when he asked you, when he said we're not getting our child a birth certificate, and then you're like, what? I'm assuming, am I wrong to assume that you're basically saying you want a birth certificate? You wanted a birth certificate, right or wrong?
At the time.
At the time, right?
What was going on. I didn't know what was going on. So when he mentioned the, good, thank you guys so much.
See you first thing in the morning.
So when he mentioned the birth certificate, he was also mentioning ARNA, he was mentioning vaccinations, he was mentioning all this kind of at one time. And I was pregnant, and I was like, hold on. I was like, it's a lot for me. It's a lot for me. And the sad truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, I had to say so. I had to say so over what happened with Asa and Oxy and Ayuze because I'm the mom. At the end of the day, in the eyes of the law, before we joined ARNA, I had to say so.
Right.
So if I was uncomfortable, he was like, I'm going to make you comfortable. I'm not just going to try to force you to do this. I'm going to ease you into this. I trusted him, which is why we decided to have children together. But at the end of the day, he knew. He was like, okay, I have to make sure that I explain to her in detail exactly what is going down. Because at the end of the day, I could always just say no. I could have always said no.
But that's we've already put up a fight for it too.
Yes,
But you see,
yes, you would have here.
this is what my question was kind of leading towards. Because let's say you said, okay, what do you mean no birth certificate? The reason why, because I was assuming that, you know what, you wasn't aware of everything, and you might have wanted one, right? But now at the end of the day, or at the end of the line here, he made you feel comfortable, but he still, like, there's no birth certificate, right? So so in somebody's mind, it's like, okay, well, and it, like, okay, well, it's on his ground. You're more comfortable on his ground, but it's what he wanted in a sense. You know what I mean? Versus like the compromise where it's like, you know what, you didn't get what you want, I didn't get what I want. So we kind of met here where it's like, you know what, we both kind of, you know what I mean? That's one way some people look at compromise versus like, okay, this is what you want, and now everything. Now I'm just more comfortable with it. You know what I mean? Where
I hear what you are saying. No, I hear what you're saying, and that's a very good point. And that is a very huge idea of what compromise really is.
I told
you know what I mean?
I told Hassani that I play devil's advocate, so don't feel no way. I just want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to draw the conversation.
Oh, no. You're good. I'm talking in relation to the situation at hand for those listening. Because the truth is, yes, I did come to his ground, but guess what? Everyone might think, well, you just stepped on his ground. Guess what Hassani had to do that he didn't want to have to do? He had to explain himself. A lot.
Yeah.
There
That's a compromise.
That is a compromise.
So in his mind, he had to step on my ground a little bit by talking so much.
Well, actually, I gave up the middle name of our firstborn too.
You did give up the middle name.
Yep.
You did give up the middle name. You did give up the middle name.
So the deal was no birth certificate. She got the middle name. So, you know.
Yeah.
We met.
Now that is, I like that. Now that makes, you know, because now it's like, this is what I wanted, but I didn't really get that. Well, one was like, all right, that could kind of answer where it was like, oh, no, that was really a compromise versus like, no, the settling was, you know, you stuck over here on this person's ground, and you know what I mean? Very good question, Demetri.
So for some things though, it's gonna have to be a yes or no, right? So
yes,
you know, a compromise might not always look like I'm giving up something, but I do like that, like what you said about like, well, what he did have to give up is his not wanting to talk so much about it, you know? And so like I guess that if compromise has to be something where both people are giving up something to meet on a common ground, then I guess that's what that would be, you know, constantly presenting information and answering questions and holding space for you to arrive at the decision.
Yeah, and here's the thing is that, I mean, we've been together for 10 years, and so there have been battles that I completely lost on. There's been battles that she completely lost on. You know, it's not a every time we come together in a disagreement, it's not always who can walk away with the most.
Right.
It's just what's going to move us forward.
Exactly.
For example,
God.
we went back and forth. You know, we're in the Midwest. We're in Detroit, and I'm like, why do you have the heat on so doggone high? Why do you get on period? You know, those bills are high, and so I'm like, why don't you just put some pants on?
We don't like pants.
But yeah, you run up the bill, like, you know they don't play here in Michigan, but she had to explain to me that while she's working on her arthritis on her knee, any sense of cold messes her up. Won't be able to bend as much. Inflammation, whatever the case may be. And she was just like, I need the heat on. You know what I mean? For example, when we go on car trips, the heat is blaring in the car. And I'm a big fella. You see how big I am, but I'm in the driver's seat sweating. Like I'm trying to get towards the window with the, trying to stick my head out the window while I'm driving. But it's one of those things where I gotta take a loss on this one. It's you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, and at some point you gotta say, is this worth fighting over, or can I lose this one time and keep moving? Because the last thing you want to do is be 3 weeks into a fight that could have been solved in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Yeah.
3 weeks into a fight that could have been solved in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But people linger, people hold grudges.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And those things could stem into a whole bunch of other things. But
Snowball.
what I wanted to say, just to veggie back on what you guys said is like,
I'm veggie back.
Yeah.
What we say.
you guys are like on the same team. Y'all not against each other, right? We're working together. Like, all right, I'm pretty sure if you look at any top team, basketball, football, and Asani is a coach, so I'm pretty sure as a coach, coaching students, or whoever you're talking to the team, there's people on that team that don't get along. There might be people on the team that don't, you know what I mean? They're not cool like that, but guess what? The end goal, the commonality, the common goal is to win, right? So they will put their differences aside because you know what? Like, for lack of better words, that other team is the enemy. So it's time to win. Now, I'm not saying that when you're in a relationship, you're in war with any other people, but it's like, okay, we're on the same team. Yeah, I don't agree with you. Yeah, you don't agree with me. Boom, 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 boom. What are we going to do to get this forward? Now, if we have children, that's a real team. That's a tribe. That's a nation right there. Guess what? There's going to be times that you don't agree. You know what I'm saying? You know how many times I get into it with my son? God damn, it's like, so it's like, but guess what? We're on the same team. You know what I'm saying? So it's not somebody you want to throw away. And this is what we mean by life partner, because this person that's in your life is not in your life temporarily. You know what I'm saying? This person that you're trying to do this with is somebody you want in there for life. Mm-hmm. Now, not necessarily, for lack of better words, a baby mama that turns into a life partner. Because, once she's a baby mama, she's in your life forever. Now, you know what I'm saying? Because that's somebody you don't want to see. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's automatically a part of your tribe. You got a child with that woman. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be a relationship forever. You know what I mean? So, but now you're going into it with this person or whoever you're doing it with that aspect, like, you know what? I'm in it for the long run, right? What are you doing to make sure that this relationship is more of an asset and not a liability? You know what I'm saying? Like, you've got to start looking at the relationships in that board versus, or if you want to be more open, just say, I want a friend with benefits. I just want somebody that I'm trying to just, you know what I'm saying? Just be open. Like, some people don't really, know how to just say it. And some people do, right? And that's good that, I guess people are being more honest with themselves. But, sometimes you string people along, right? With men or women. Sometimes men lead women astray and vice versa. A woman could be leading a man astray. While she got a whole nother person, you know what I mean? All these little things that go on with relationships. Yeah. Right? So, life partner. And, go ahead.
And Brother Hassani was talking about, when you're not necessarily looking for a life partner, there's certain things that you want to consider, right? Like he was mentioning the fertility test. You wanna talk about the fertility test?
Oh yeah, tell the brothers.
So the fertility test. So when it comes to family planning and it comes to protecting yourself. I know, our folks, a lot of us don't like use protection. And so if people are going that route, I always tell couples mainly, but if you're in that friends with benefit category, then a fertility test can save your life. They look just like the pregnancy test, but they're right next to them. They're $12 at your local retail store, and if you're getting it in with somebody, go and get that test. And why? Because if you know whether the sister is ovulating or not, or she's trying, if the body's trying to conceive, you can say, okay, whoa, maybe we need to pump the brakes, tonight, or use protection, or if she's not ovulating, say, okay, then we're good. We can go crazy. But again, a lot of times, the children that we produce are these predicaments because, one, they're not planned, and two, they're never a discussion. And when they're on the way, then you're trying to scramble for 9 months of what to do from birth until they turn 18. You know what I mean? And again, it goes back to the honesty piece. Like your husband was saying, a lot of people string people along for the sake of their own benefit, but they'll never be honest. I mean, think about it. Imagine if a brother was like, yo, I'm just trying to sleep with you. I don't plan on taking you out. You're not going to be my friends. I'm not going to, I'm not going to buy anything on Valentine's Day. I'm just trying to hit it. Maybe you'll get a movie. You might get McDonald's, never get a piece of this, but I want some attention. So I do want you to take me out, give me attention, make me feel good, blow my phone up, but you'll never get it. Imagine how honest that sounds when you bring it to the forefront, but that if you're honest, people will not like the offer because what are they really getting out of it? So, you have to be upfront and direct because if it goes awry or if it goes astray, at least the other person can say, I was not deceived.
Yes. And even, go ahead.
No, go ahead. That was it.
Okay. Even, I know, especially during COVID, people were feeling a little lonely, so they were actually looking for FWBs. They were looking for that. And, people catch feelings, especially if the connection during that time is explosive or really passionate or whatever, then they catch feelings and it's not rooted in anything real. It's just rooted in you make me feel good and you make me forget about my problems. You make me forget about being lonely and I don't got to deal with, reality when I'm with you. And that's cool. But like you said, that fertility test is going to be real key because, something happens and then these feelings that you were feeling temporarily so strongly will wear it out. And then there's a beautiful seed that's created and now both of y'all got to deal with that.
It's $12. It's $12. That's a box of a small box of pizza at some places. Like you can invest the $12 to save 18 years of uncertainty and economic stress.
And guess what? If you join ARNA, you can be tax exempt and you can get it for $12. And you ain't gotta worry about no tax. You heard?
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, peace. Come on
Peace,
over.
family. Look, join us on YouTube. Click the link in the bio. Look, family, everybody that's on YouTube, hit that like button. We see a lot of y'all up in here. We want them likes to go up. That's going to help throw in an algorithm. Yeah, I'm a YouTuber now. Talk black to me. I'm saying it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hit that like button. Smash that like button.
So, someone says, I would totally get it with a dude like that just because of the honesty. And it's rooted in basic primal need versus emotional, spiritual, etc. Yeah, and sometimes people just want to satisfy that basic primal need. Be responsible. And I know people don't like those protections. So that fertility test is just perfect. I never even thought about that. It has never crossed my mind. So hearing that from you is just powerful because a woman cannot conceive outside of that window. There's about 6 days that she can actually get pregnant. So if y'all skip that week and go with all the other, skip that week plus the week that she's cycling, you got a whole nother half a month that you can just do whatever you need to do.
Right.
Yep.
And again, we're not, any medical doctors. We're just giving you an effective remedy. You also have to put that disclaimer in
That's
there.
the disclaimer.
That's
That's the disclaimer.
Hit us up on Facebook. Like, man, I took that fertility. My wife took that fertility test and she got knocked up. Make sure you read the instructions. I'm giving you the advice.
Yes.
Because you know our folks. We'll open a package and put it back in the cabinet and it says open or refrigerate after opening.
Yeah.
Because they're not reading.
You gotta read.
Yeah.
You gotta read.
Yeah, man. Just a little sidebar that goes into the ingredients that you put into your body too, man. I mean, we don't turn this stuff around, the products and the food that we eat, just to look at some of the ingredients that you can't even read that's going in your temple. You know what I mean? You are what you eat, family. You know what I mean? That's why we got that Pathway to Wellness program. I put the links to the chat in there. You know what I'm saying? So you can look up that Pathway to Wellness program that me and my wife put out. You can become your own doctor. Click on that link. You know what I'm saying? We also got our Balance Healing Vegan Cookbook, Volume 1 out. Put the link for that in the chat. Make sure you check that out. And make sure you guys go check out our lovely guest, Twin Flame Coalition. You know what I'm saying? I put the link to Hassani's YouTube channel and the YouTube as well. If you got a website, send it to me. I'll put it in the link too. The cardology or what, anything, so we can kind of like, make sure that the people can connect with y'all. You feel me?
But is your cardology page something different? It's on the Twin Flame page.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mama Ali Cardology is on Instagram and Facebook, and then TwinFlameCoalition.com, Twin Flame Coalition, everything else.
Twin Flame Coalition. I got you. I'll put that right in the chat. And also, you could, if you near the chat too, you can drop your cash app in the link too. So if some family want to send us some donations, some love offerings for everything that you're putting out, all the powerful information, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure the family would love to send you some love. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all do that. Put in their website in the link. Oh, look at this. Their website is nice, man. Some nice photos, bro. Okay.
Yeah, man. We put some good money to that website.
Please, sir.
I didn't hear if you already mentioned their cash app.
Yeah, I told them to put their cash app in the
perfect.
Yeah. Yes. This is why I love my moderators. You know what I'm saying? Yes, this Dimitri.
I'm still a small YouTuber. I don't have moderators yet, so I'm gonna have to work my way up to get a moderating crew. Oh. Maybe if I hire some folks, they'll jump on. We'll see.
Yeah. But yeah, I put the link to their website in the chat, so make sure y'all go check them out. Family, we're gonna be opening up the line, so if y'all want to come in, you know what I'm saying, y'all want to come on and ask some questions, make sure y'all stay. Share the video with some people, even with the family. Anybody that want to? This is a hot topic. I'm kind of glad that we got, our brother and our sister to be on this platform with us tonight to talk about this topic with us. You know what I mean? Because they are married. They've been together over a decade. You know what I mean? That's 10 years. Some of our children some of y'all got children that are not even alive that long. You know what I mean? And they've been together that long. And guess what? They have 3 lovely children from that relationship. You know what I mean?
They got married at one of our tribal summits, as we did.
So we both got married in a similar fashion, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that we can relate on, and we kind of understand each other when it comes to, you know what I mean, having a life partner and being with somebody. I mean, like, you're looking at it. We're not speaking on something that, you know what I mean, is far-fetched to us, or somebody that's not in a relationship, somebody that is not married, somebody that's not raising children. You know what I mean? Like, we're in it, we're together, and we're kind of speaking to that aspect. Because guess what? We've been young before. Guess what? We're not even that old. You know what I mean? So there's been a time where we had friends with benefits too.
Definitely.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So trust me. You know what I mean? We was getting it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we understand, but there had to be a time where we elevated, ascended to a certain aspect in our lives, to a point where it was like, you know what? This is what we try to do. This is what we're looking for. This is kind of like, what we're trying to, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. If you state that to the person that you're talking to, then there's more clarity between the relationship. So it's not like confusion. Women won't get so attached. So, because some women, like we were saying, the guys want to do it. Some women might just say, look, I just want some, you know what I mean? Some people don't be thinking about that like that, but women want you. So, like, the guy might be attached, like, damn, I'm taking you out, I'm spending all this money on you, I took you here. McDonald's, well, I took you to, you know what I mean? I don't know. Whatever, I took you to the dopest restaurant over here. You know what I'm saying? I spent bread. What are you talking about? We went to the 5-star hotel, boom, boom. And she's just like,
You're just one of many.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? So, but guess what? She might find somebody that she wants to be her life partner.
Yeah.
So
we want you guys to really think about the relationships that you might be in now. And I don't mean committed relationships. They don't have to be committed, right? Just think about if you're talking to someone, or you just met someone, or you've been talking to them for a few weeks or a few months or whatever. But just think about it. Are your actions with this person showing that you're seeking a life partner or a friend with benefits? Like, really consider that based off of what we've shared so far. You know, do you think that you and the other person are aligned on the important things, right? Do you think that if you guys did have a child together, would you guys be in sync with how you want to raise that child? You really want to think about these things, because a lot of times we're just with someone because we don't want to be lonely. And there's consequences for that. And, you know, within our race, we really want to make sure we're setting really good foundations. So it's not about, like, just making sure you're not lonely, that you got somebody to, you know, lean on whenever you feel like, you know, sad, or you don't feel like dealing with your problems. Really consider that.
Let's address this comment in the question. This question in the comment section. How can I, or where do I start working on myself to be a good partner for someone?
Ooh, I have 2 suggestions. So, see Mama Shelby for a cardology reading to really understand your aspects, right? And then if you need some guidance on, like, you know, different self-care practices that you can continue to do to, like, align yourself, then you can come see us. So you can go see them first, get your understanding, right? Make sure you really get clear about who you are and the type of partner you need. And then if you need some work on, like day-to-day things or week-to-week things that you can do to continuously, like, make sure you're putting yourself first and all of the things you need to do to get yourself in a great space, then you come see us.
I love the subliminal marketing. I love it.
Yes. I'm just listening.
Do all of those parts in order.
In that order.
Because you think you fancy. Could you repeat the question one more time?
Oh, yes. How can I, or where do I start working on myself to be a good partner for someone?
Do you have a thought first?
I do, but you...
I don't. Go for it.
Okay. So the biggest thing with this is that you want to dig deep into any potential traumas. We all have them.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you at least have a control on those traumas, because a lot of times our relationships are manifestations of our past traumas. So let's say, I'm trying to think of an example. Let's say you were bullied. Let's just go with, let's say you were bullied in middle school, high school, maybe early parts of your adulthood. Then you may latch onto someone that has an open nurturing vibe, and you kind of lean on that person because that person is kind of your therapy. Mm-hmm. This person accepts me. This person loves me. This person is not, demanding anything of me without taking. Or you may try to find somebody that you can kind of push around, that you can abuse because you've been abused. Mm-hmm. I need to lash out all of these years of abuse onto someone else because I never got a chance to face that bully or stand up for myself. So now someone else has to pay the price. If that makes sense. So find out where your traumas are, as far as, it becomes from childhood, something systemic, but you definitely want to find a way to find remedy for whatever's causing you bad ailments. Oh, never mind. But
do your thing, sis.
Baby, yeah, he's still kind of tired, but mainly you wanna assess yourself. And you know what? And I know this is a hard exercise because my wife and I did this. Ask your exes and say, where was I a good person and where can I have been better?
Now that's gonna be hard for people to do. Some people don't even have good relationship with their exes. Some people that are fearful to even want to have to talk to them because they might be jealous that their ex might be better or somewhere better than they are to even start that conversation. So that they have to have some kind of self-worth within themselves to even have that bravery or that courage to want to even ask their ex, like, hey, where was I, wrong, or where was I bad, where was I good at, not to cut you, but I just wanted to just throw that in there, that little.
No, you're good, because think about it. Think about a company, what they do before they put their product on the market. That people test it. They say, hey, what do you think about this product? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it good as is? Does it need improvement? Mm-hmm. The problem is a lot of humans have ego problems. And that goes for me too. I'm not saying that I'm any kind of a saint. And I'll be completely open to everybody watching. Is that throughout my time with my wife and even past ex-girlfriends, I've learned that if I'm frustrated or if I'm not getting my way, if I get pushed to a certain point, I can get manipulative. Everybody has that dark side, that dark nature of them. And so it was like, okay, I had to check myself and say, whoa, okay, why do I feel the need to be manipulative in order to get a result? Mm-hmm. And that went down a deep rabbit hole. And so I had to literally figure that stuff out and say, how can I find healthier alternatives to get what I need instead of, shaming or threatening or, trying to convince that their way is wrong, and I'm being completely open and honest. It was just like, because it kind of showed up, early on, the first few years of our relationship, and I had to check myself and say, okay, you need to put that behind you and find other ways to work on that. If you're finding something that's not going in your favor, or you feel like something is not right, then just be an adult and address it head on. Because me, and for those who still believe in the zodiacs, I'm a Libra. I don't like confrontation. Mm-hmm. I don't like confrontation because we're extreme. Either we like no confrontation or we want all the confrontation. We're throwing hands, everything else. We're in the boxing ring. So long story short, just to wrap it up, just saying, being able to work on those bad parts about yourself so you can put out the best product on the market.
Absolutely. I love that. And that's so powerful to be able to really see these aspects of ourselves and address them and notice them showing up in relationships. Another thing that's really important to address is your triggers. What makes you tick? What makes you get defensive? Right. What makes you get, belligerent or angry or sad or makes your feelings hurt? Like, really understanding your triggers helps you to not bleed on the people that didn't cut you. I love that quote. I've seen that quote a few times, and I know for me, like I went through different things in my life.
Where did you hear that from?
I'm not sure where I've seen it, but I saw it definitely like on Instagram or something. Like, don't bleed on the people. If you don't deal with the triggers and the traumas that have happened, then you'll bleed on the people that did not cut you.
That's deep. Go ahead. I never heard that one before.
Yeah. So like I had to think about the ways that I was bleeding on Damo, and he didn't cut me. So like I noticed that I would be getting so defensive over things where it's like, first of all, he's a Scorpio, so they are very straightforward and not in a very calm, loving way. It's just like it came out my mouth this way. That's because it's the way that I feel. And I'm an Aries. I'm like, I'm sensitive. Don't be trying to tell me that I'm this way, you know? So I had to really look at like, okay, why do I get so defensive when he points out this? You know? And then, you know, I remember it was so powerful when I remembered in 4th grade, my teacher, my elementary school teacher told me, you know, oh, like, you shouldn't say, like, she was basically making fun of the way that I said something. And I'm like, that small thing, I cried in class, first of all, and it stuck with me my whole entire life until I realized it and had to, like, work through that. And so for me, I deal with my triggers through journaling, like really trying. I'm very, like, I have a psychology master's in bachelor, so I like want to understand and analyze my behavior, you know. So I write down like what happened, you know, try to understand like, you know, my mindset then, and like help myself come to terms with like, you know, that was not okay, and you know, all of the therapeutic things through journaling. But yeah, you definitely want to address your triggers, be aware of them, and then also let your partner or potential partner know, like, yo, I get triggered when this happens. So like, I'm not telling you not be you, but like, just know I might react until I completely heal it. And so when you see me about to react, like, here's some things that you can do for me. Like, Domo has become really good at like helping me refocus on breathing, so that I don't go crazy. You know what I mean? Like, before I was like, oh, just tell me, like, try to get me to calm down. Like, maybe tell me calm down, tell me relax. And that was more triggering. Like, don't tell me to calm down. I'm already right here. You know, but like, if he starts breathing, then I'll start breathing too.
Let me cut you. Let me jump in here. Let me say it. Let me speak, man. You know what I'm saying? But nah, she's right. This is exactly what I would do in a sense. But, you know, because where, you know, listen, guys, you're not going to be in a relationship with anybody. Friendship, you know what I mean? Association with somebody. Like, there's going to be a confrontation. There's going to be some form of friction. There's going to be a disagreement. So it's how you guys move past that is how you guys get better. Or how you will build from that. You know what I mean? So this is what I had to learn with my wife. You know what I'm saying? We was learning how, you know what I mean, when we kind of got through our disagreements and arguments and whatnot. I noticed, like, you know what I mean, if I'm telling her to calm down, yeah, that doesn't make her calm down. Like, it's more of a trigger. Like, what? Like, who are you telling to calm down? Like, what you mean relax? Right. I'm relaxed. Like, no. Stop. Don't do that.
Starting in the red.
Right? So, but I know, you know, my wife is very spiritual. I know my wife is very into, you know what I mean, energy and, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, is breathing and, you know what I mean, yoga, meditation. Right, so I know that's another form that she uses to calm herself down. Right, so instead of me telling her that, me coming to her, giving her a nice rub on the back. I know she loves massages, and then I'm just slowly breathing. Right now, guess what? If I'm triggered, I might not want to do that. I might not want to do that at all.
So we both have to check our triggers.
So. But guess what? I could be the bigger person at sometimes, and sometimes I ain't gonna be the bigger person. You know what I'm saying? But then guess what? She might know some things to help, not even just a trigger, but to diffuse, because the person might be already triggered. Now you're looking for something to diffuse them. Mm-hmm. This is what we need to look for, something to diffuse your partner. Because sometimes it can get so high and so rampant that now, like if you were a Libra like Asani, what's up? Put your gloves on. Let's get it. Not saying you're going to do that with the girl, but what I'm saying is, but my point is like, you know, of course not physically. My point is like, hey, he's either going all the way or look, I'm over here like, look, peace. It's either war or peace. Which one you want? I want peace. You know what I'm saying? You want war? I can give you war. But stop tricking. So now, this is where, if you don't want to go to war, you gotta know how to diffuse your partner. So you can kind of get this is what you know people. And guess what? If you know things that are triggers, don't do something to spark that person's trigger. You know what I'm saying? Or to push their buttons. Because that's just a recipe for disaster. And it's kind of like you want to fight with this person. And that what that will show what's underlying under all that is that person is not on your team, because you wouldn't do that to somebody that is on your team.
Well, I don't think that I think that they just haven't mastered their emotions.
Well, that's the thing, because they didn't get to that. Because if they're, remember, it's another thing when we talk about it. Like, hey, we're on the same team. Mm-hmm. So regardless, the goal here is to win. If you're undermining me on your team, if we're on the same team and we're going against them in something, and you're undermining me, we're losing against everything else. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like, you know, we're on this, like you tell me, we're on the same team. Like, we're on a squad. So we have to work in unison. In a sense, it would be like you're infiltrating. You're infiltrating the team over here so that another opposing team can win or beat us or defeat us. I know in a relationship you have to think about not going against anybody, but I use that analogy just to say that when you're on the same team, the goal is to, you know what I mean, your relationship goal might be to have children. Your relationship goal might be to get a house, to purchase a home. You know what I'm saying? So that's the goal for the long-term or short-term goal. The goal is to get this. And how are we going to accomplish these things? It's the same thing with a team. Okay, we're trying to get to the championship. Okay, you need to work on your jump shot. Your handle is off. So there's things that we all need to work on so that when it's time for game, we on point. You know what I mean? And guess what? Bobby don't really get along with Rick. But hey, look, you work together. Look, let's put our differences aside because we got to win this ship. You know what I'm saying? We got to get this house. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get this home. We're on the same team. I love you. You love me. Yes, I don't want to. I see you. I don't know. Something. I don't know. I don't. Goddamn. We disagree on certain things. I just can't think of nothing right now off the top of my head. But the point is that guess what? We disagree. But hey, it is what it is. I love you. You love me. Let's be a happy family. That's the bottom line. Right? You know what I'm saying? Happy family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, friends with benefits, those things don't necessarily align. Right?
That's
you don't
true.
necessarily need those things. But if you're not honest with the person that you're trying to be with, right, and you have somebody that's looking for a relationship that may lead into a partner, that may lead into a life partner. But you like, Nick, I just want to get down. I want to get down as it gets down, and boom, boom. Right? So if those parties are not communicating, remember, a lack of communication always is going to cause confusion, family. Right? Family on Instagram, join us on YouTube. Right? So, confusion. That's why a lot of things that plague relationships are lack of communication. Right? Without communication, you know what I mean, there's so much confusion. And if we just communicate with each other a bit more, or we work on our communication, because a lot of the times there's confusion within the communication. You might have said something, and the other party might have taken it the wrong way because the context was kind of misconstrued, right? And then that kind of could stem with somebody. They can be holding that in, and then those feelings get build up and 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 build up, and then you explode 2 weeks later from some shit that happened weeks ago. Kind of like what Hassani just said. We just had this whole thing that this could have been solved in 10 minutes. But you've been holding this shit for 3 weeks. And you've just been boom, 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 boom. And now you explode. Right? So communication can heal a lot of different things if we just talk. Right? What do you talk about? The 5 love languages. Understanding how to communicate with your partner. You know what I'm saying? You know, gifts, affirmations, quality time, physical touch. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, and those kind of things apply in all relationships, right? But now, you have to ask yourself, the family in the chat, are you with your life partner, or are you looking for somebody just to, you know what I mean, pass time with? You know what I mean? Somebody that you're trying to build benefits with, and, you know what I mean, have that relationship be an asset. Have children with, start a family, or, you know what I mean, you're just trying to pass the time. If you are trying to pass the time, make sure the person that you're doing it with knows this. so that you're not leading them astray.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then also you want to think about like if you're the person who is not compromising, if you are continuously finding a way to make that person go along with what your needs, meeting your needs, and you're not necessarily thinking about how to meet their needs too, because you know we've seen a lot of relationships like that too, where one person is complaining and getting their way, and the other person is just sucking it up and continuing to do what makes that other person happy, and that is not true partnership. You're dragging that person along. So you want to think about if you're the toxic person in the relationship too. There's a question: do you all believe in soulmates, or people marry who they marry and make it work, or is it a combination of both?
Repeat the question one more time.
Do you all believe in soulmates, or people marry who they marry and they just make it work, or is it a combination of both?
So there's a major difference. So I know you know there's a difference between a soulmate and a twin flame, right?
Yes.
So everybody is a soulmate. The first girl or the first person you kissed in kindergarten to your first girlfriend, boyfriend, to your best friend, those people are soulmates. Those people are in your life for a certain amount of time. They're in your life for a certain amount of time. You learn a lesson and you move on. Compared to your soulmate is the person who's supposed to be like your spiritual teacher / student. So when you're with the person you're supposed to be with, and there can be multiple, but it's not like everyone you come across that you have a connection to is a twin flame. But you're gonna constantly have an ebb and flow of sometimes I'm the teacher and they're the student, or I'm the student and they're the teacher. This is the person you're doing your majority of the lessons with. And so again, you and I'm sure you two can attest to this. You probably have previous relationships that prepped you for when you two met.
Absolutely.
So whatever lessons you had to learn, or whatever you learned that you liked and disliked, you got that all out the way prior to when you two met. So when you knew you wanted to make something happen, you understood what it was going to take, what you're willing to compromise, what you were looking forward to, and you began to make that rock. When compared to soulmates, it's like you might be with this person for a month. You're like, it's not going to work, but I enjoyed X, Y, Z. Or you've been with them for 6 months, and it's like, this is, falling apart. But again, I've learned so much from it. So to wrap it up, there is a major difference. A lot of people have different intentions when they get married. And so if their intentions are not in the right place, that's when you kind of see them fall to the wayside.
Okay. So I'm going to reiterate her question. Do you all believe in soulmates, or people marry who they marry and make it work, or a combination of both? So do you think that people will just, you mentioned the intention, it depends on the intention, but do you think that people marry who they marry and just make it work? What do you feel about that?
Well, from what we've seen from the clients that we've had, and to some of the books that we've read for our studies, is that a lot of people kind of get married off of the emotion, off the adrenaline of it. Like, we're going to be spouses, we're going to buy a house and have some kids and go on vacation, condoms out the window, and we're about to live this life. But then they don't prep for the other side. When it comes to when you want to know what kind of relationship that you're in or situationship you're in, see what happens when the benefits run out, or you can't see the benefits at that particular time. A lot of people kind of go into it blindly without a plan. We're just gonna get married because we like each other, we like having sex with each other, we like the same restaurants, and we like the same movies. But when it comes to conflict, a lot of us lack conflict resolution skills, and so that's why people, they can work it out, but they would rather not work it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we love playing the let me just end this and find somebody else. But if you notice, they get you know the person who has a new relationship every 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as that same problem hit, you know, they end it with that person. They find somebody else. They end it, you know.
Yeah.
They find somebody else. Another problem arises, and they get rid of that person. Find somebody else. Well, you could have again solved the problem, move forward, but instead your ego is like, I want this done my way, and so I'd rather lose somebody valuable than to solve a conflict.
Yes. And the thing is, they are going to continue to attract the same kind of energy. They're going to attract that same kind of person who will do that same kind of thing and have that same kind of problem. Because that's just, we're energy beings. If we don't deal with something, it's going to keep recurring until we actually deal with it. So, yeah, you might really want to dig deep and deal with your challenges so that you can have a fruitful relationship and not constantly starting over. But then there's some people who are staying in relationships because they don't want to start over, you know?
True, absolutely.
And they're not happy and they're not allowing the other person to be happy. So that's the other part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for that question, Dimitri. Go ahead, Asani.
No, I was going to make just a quick comment. I don't know. My wife put the baby to bed, and then she put the other two to bed. So I don't know. I hope she'll be coming down in the next couple minutes. But a lot of times, if you notice, in a lot of relationships and marriages, people get bored. You know, you understand relationships are not going to always be fun. You know, for those who work, you have to work every day. You know, you have to take care of children if you have them. And so a lot of times they're like, well, you know, I got my somebody, so I don't need to bring anything new to the relationship. You two are entrepreneurs, so you two never have a dull moment. You're always traveling. You're always doing something. You're always conquering a new milestone. But for those who maybe not want more for their lives, the relationship gets stale because it's monotonous all the time. You wake up at 6 a.m. every day to go to work. You eat the same meal at the same time every single day. The date nights are the exact same thing every single day. And so instead of doing something, you know, new and adventurous, starting a business, you know, writing a book, having new goals about yourself or about the other person causes people to be bored, and that's when people start getting itchy.
Itchy.
That's what they start getting itchy.
I like that.
So
join us on YouTube.
So whether they start picking a fight or, you know, getting on Tinder or, you know, whatever it is that that relationship is so monotonous that they're craving some kind of excitement to where they're like, I need something else to go on in my life. Not necessarily that the other partner is boring, but because you're living a monotonous, you know, American lifestyle, it will cause you to look for something outward, you know, instead of building on what you already have.
So you're saying it's important to have some new goals in the relationship.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys hear that, you know, make sure that you're thinking about new goals, you know, that you guys can achieve together and work together and be a team together and support each other and, you know, bring that excitement.
Click the link in the bio. So yes, we got some other comments saying here, Brother Amir, facts. Took the words right out my mouth. It's about being on the same team. Yes, about being on the same team. We are a part of the same team. Dimitri says, watching Malcolm and Marie was a perfect example of a toxic relationship.
Yeah, we didn't watch that, so we don't know what that is. I think it's Malcolm and Mary.
Malcolm and Mary was a perfect example of a toxic relationship.
You know that show? I don't know that show.
I don't know.
No, sorry, Dimitri, we don't know that show.
But hey, toxic, I guess, you know what I mean? We've seen toxic relationships. You should know what it is. And the highlight of the experiences in relationship is the big C, communication.
Yeah.
Yes, communication is key, my brother. Speak, bro, even for yes, we're gonna speak. Okay, he's single right now. Okay, later, Andrew. As I still got passing out, I will pass the time alone. Okay, can't do the friends with benefits. So this person saying that, you know what I mean, they're not with the friends with benefits. They just been, I'm good by myself. Okay.
Some people are. Some people have the I guess, emotional capacity to just stay alone and not be reaching for others to kind of, you know, just quell something for them.
We didn't see that movie yet, man. It just came out. Not too
right. They are acting out. They're acting out the books, movies, and imageries they have in a real relationship. Oh, okay. So yeah. So instead of dealing with what's present, they're kind of thinking about like what they've seen in movies and read in books and things like that, and pretending that's what's happening in their relationship. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. Would anybody like to join in and ask a question?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that time. You know what I'm saying? I can put the link in the chat. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the link in the chat.
And remember to the video.
While y'all here, please like the video. Thumb up the video. Make sure you share it. Because it's going to be on the platform, on the YouTube channel still. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go check out, you know what I mean, Brother Hassani. Let me put his link back in the chat one more time. So y'all go subscribe to his channel. You heard. Because we got to go support each other. Feel me? So make sure you check out the brother's YouTube channel. Go subscribe.
Yes, especially the men. You really want to, you know, take a look at some of these videos so you can get a different perspective about masculinity and what it means to be a man in a relationship, what it means to be a man who's a father, you know, all of the different aspects of masculinity.
I also put the link to our cookbook in the chat. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure we want to make sure our family could be in the homes with their family, making the best food for your family. For your family, yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all go check that out. And let me go here, and put the link in our chat. And here you go, family. So if you want to jump on, speak your piece.
Ask your
We're going to
questions.
be respectful to each other. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a dialogue. Let's have a dialogue. Let's build. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Make sure everything is spaced out. All right. Cool. So, yeah, you click that link. You join up in here. You know what I'm saying? And let's talk about it. Access anything you want to access, man. Put us on the hot seat. We're on the hot seat. No, while we live. We live, family. Right now, make sure. Oh, guys, I'm also put the link to if you guys want to know more information about ARNA, right? Aboriginal Republic of North America, our indigenous government that we're a part of. Hence the reason why we're tax exempt, why we're also nationals of the United States, why we also have our own businesses and trusts, and the list goes on, right? Why we exempt from having vaccines, you know what I mean? This is so much is a plethora of information. Yeah, so it's too much for us to break down. But you also could go on the platform, on my YouTube channel, go back to the live that we had with Brother Manny and Huyana, More Life Solutions. Mm-hmm. He's a jurist within the tribe, and he broke down a whole bunch of information on that too that night. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, all of us are in the same tribe. And that was another couple, right? Mm-hmm. They were also married as well, right? So you gotta understand that, you know, this is another thing in ARNA. We're about relationships. We're about marriage, family, building. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where it starts, at home, right? The family structure that you know what I mean, the elites, the power that be want to break this up because they know how powerful this is. right? Especially when we are together. So we gotta stay together. You know what I'm saying? So.
And once you're in ARNA, if you're hoping to, if you find someone that you're interested in being with, the two of you can be counseled by Twin Flame Coalition, Hassani and Shelby.
Exactly.
And let me put this in the atmosphere, is that we've turned away couples from ARNA because when you come to us and you say you want to get married and we see that you're not a fit, we will not put our name on something that we don't believe in. You know what I mean? And so, if you come to us, you got to be right. And again, Shelby will tell you right from the cards, but it's important that we're not signing off on it like, we're just going to marry you just because. Like, we want to make sure we're bringing in happy, healthy, functional people into this because we have enough to deal with as is. And so we're not going to sign off on anyone and everyone that just wants to get married without, the prereqs, to what a healthy relationship is. Because I don't want you calling us, 6 months in talking about you want a divorce, because there's protocol, that you have to follow. And when it comes to ARNA marriages, and so, you'll definitely be tested. We're not going to put you through the ringer. But at the same time, we can sniff out a toxic relationship when we see one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we got our first guest on the platform tonight. This is Sister Dimitri in the building. Peace to the sister.
Peace, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I'm good. And this is so exciting for me because number one, I'm positive of bad marriages domestic violence. My children and I were blessed that we were able to get out with our lives. And number two, I was talking to my niece last night about marriage. And I had to do a sociology case, and I was interviewing people who I thought in my family had relatively healthy marriages. And so I asked her how she viewed her parents, which is my sister and her father, marriage. And she was like, and we agreed that they're alone together, right? Being in the house is separate, like so separate that and they talk together in the morning and then at night. But they're in the house alone together. And that is so apparent now that they try to do stuff. And so we were talking, is it feasible or even possible, because I was concerned about her own marriage goals and what she wanted. I want my partner to be my friend, like still being their own person, but I want the partnership where we can watch TV together and we can have, Monopoly to the end of the night and play, and it's just us, and we share inside jokes. And I wanted to know, is that a feasible thing, right? And then without taking and sucking up their soul, but still allowing that person to be them, but you have a friendship inside your marriage. And I have a best friend who, once she got married, her husband and her, as I understand, they are each other's best friends. I have lost my best friend to her husband, and I was like, wow, So that's my first question, I know there's different types of marriage, but if one person wants a friendship in their marriage, is that possible? And number two, waiting until you think you found someone that is, your potential mate, your partner, your spouse. For me, it would be like, getting married. Is that better than, my friend was talking about dating and just getting out there? But I have adapted antisocial behavior from two people I did date in the past 7 years. They were antisocial. And I think I conform to their energy. And it's okay for me. It's okay. So, yeah. It's like I want to get out there in the world, but I'm making no effort to do so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So the first question was, is it possible to have a friendship within your marriage, correct?
Yes. Okay.
So we'll tackle that one, and of course, I mean it's it's definitely a feasible action. The problem that comes with a lot of marriages is that a lot of times we kind of get too stuck together, that we do everything together. So that's where it kind of gets monotonous and stale and old. You do want to have your best friend that you do things with, but you also want to keep your own friends, on the side. And the reason why I say that is for guys, sometimes you just want to be able to go hang out, with you guys, watch the game without being bothered, without having to explain the rules of the game, and just have that separate time to be away from your spouse and to miss your spouse. And same thing with the ladies. You want to have your tea time or your brunch, whatever. The more time you spend together, it gets stale. So again, when I talked earlier about your relationship getting stale because it's monotonous and there's no new goals being planted, you kind of get sick of this person because it's like, damn, I see them all the time. I wake up and they're right there just staring at me, just waking up, just eyes right there in just looking in your soul. And, you kind of want to get a break from the commitment, because the commitment is lifelong. But again, I have my group of guy friends where, when it's game time, I'm with them. And then, with the ladies, when with my wife, when they want to go get their nails done or whatever, have brunch, that's their time. But when we come together, that's when we do the fun stuff. We do the horseback riding. I'm trying to get Shelby to go skydiving with me before we move. So it's very feasible, but you have to remember what exactly, where's the common ground as far as what you two enjoy, and then where can you two separate a little bit so you have some time to miss each other. Does that make sense?
Awesome.
Oh, definitely. That makes sense, because I was paying close attention when you said about, creating new goals and about marriages getting stale. I just never thought the people, and then they look like to the outside world, and I held them up in such esteem, and I lived with them. And my observation and my niece's observation about her own parents is that they're alone together. And I was like, how does that even happen?
Well, can I back you up real quick?
Yes.
How old are the parents?
My sister is like, she's 54. Yeah, and the husband's like 53.
Oh, they're in their 50s. Okay. The reason why I was asking, because if they were 50s, it could still apply. A lot of times where families get together, a lot of families get together based on survival. And so when you're in a case where you're raising a family for survival, you may not have time to get to know this person or to fall in love again with this person. We have to do what we have to do in order to make sure we can live the next day, or to eat the next day, or to make sure we have a roof over our head. So sometimes it's your marriage is based on survival. Your marriage is on survival mode, and so you don't have necessarily the time to reconnect or reassess. If your finances aren't right, you can't go on vacation. You can't move into a bigger house or buy a better car. You can only do so much in order to stay in survival mode.
And they have all of that. And he said, I know I wouldn't have this without my wife, which is my sister. But they just are like, how did y'all get together? I know he's pursued and everything. They love each other. They just are separate together. And it's like, it's funny to watch them try to like have dinner night or date night and stuff. It's funny to us. It's really funny to us. It's weird.
Yeah.
But they're trying now to do stuff together. But it's just weird to us. It's weird to us. So they've been married almost 30 years.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, and again, it's and you hear married folks say it, like you can never stop dating each other, because that tends to happen. Is that if you're with somebody for so long, you done heard every story. You know their life front and back. You know their first crush to the last boyfriend to the chick at the job that she couldn't stand till retirement. Like, you know all those stories, and so when you don't create,
but they don't. They don't. When we have family things, he's like, I never knew. It's funny. It's funny. And she just keep on telling the story. She's like, well, now you know. And I'm like, and this, it makes me, because we are very spiritual people, we put God first, and we say, they have, God without a marriage and everything. But, it's like, it's the people I hold dear, and when I was interviewing them, my sister and my niece, my sociology paper, like, I'm 42, and my other sister's been married as long as I've been alive, right? And I said, well, do you all trust your husband to get parted or get insecure? They were like, absolutely not. And I cringed, right? My niece was like, yes, I do. She's been married for like 15 years. And she's like, yeah, I do. And the other two were like, no, I don't. And I don't, if these are the people that I hold up for a reasonably functional marriage, it made me cringe, like, what are my marriage goals? Okay, my marriage goals, of course, is marriage to someone that's compatible with me. But I want the intimacy. I don't want to smother the person, because I know I can be like that. But I know I want that person to have their life and I have my life. But I want to be able to trust them with my most intimate thoughts. And when I heard that, if you be married for that long, one spouse doesn't know everything about you. The other spouse don't want you to go anywhere, even if he's not home. He just want to hang on the phone with you. I'm like, that's crazy to me. But still, they don't know certain things about you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, again, and I'll hard to get to your second question, but I'll just wrap it up with this: is that, I mean, if they're not communicating with each other, then it sounds like someone. I'll put it this way: it sounds like they've been going through a power struggle for the last 20, 30 years, and no one's willing to come to the table to say, let's renegotiate. Let's see what our common goals are. Let's be friends. Let's be cool. It sounds like something either has happened or something has withered over time, where someone's not willing to buck, or someone's not willing to break, and so it sounds like someone is at odds. But your second question, really quickly, I actually forgot it. Could you run your second question one more time?
It was about wanting to get married, but I have not put myself out there. And and taking on like the two people I've dated over the 30-year period, they just happen to have like antisocial personality disorder. And I've adapted to that energy, and I'm kind of like, cool. But and I know that nothing can happen if you don't try and make it happen. But I really am like, I'm cool with being inside, and I don't know how to get out of it.
Well, I'm gonna pull your coattail a little bit, because it sounds like it's something you kind of want instead of something that you really want. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if it's something that you really want, you would go out there and put yourself on the market. This is something that guys understand. Guys that we get rejected dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of times. So when a woman says no, it's not a big deal to us most of the time. It's just like, okay, she was not interested. Let me go find the next lady that that I'm interested in. And so if you're not willing to put yourself out there, how is someone going to find you and see if you're compatible? You expect your husband to just show up at your door like, hey, I'm your future husband. My name is such and such. We're going to go out and then we're going to get married. Like, no. Like, you have to, no one's saying you have to go approach, but you do have to put yourself out there.
Demetri, you said the word waiting when you were first explaining. What were you referring to when you said waiting? You said...
Like,
yeah.
I guess it is like, I was talking to someone, they were like, all the good people are in the house, right? I was like, yeah. Because I have tried a dating site one time, okay, paid for dating site. And the guys that were coming to me, they ignored, and I know guys are visual, but they ignored the bio and I, and the message. I was like, okay, what made you, reach out to me? Oh, you send me. I was like, did you read my bio? Because I said yours.
They don't.
And they're like, no, you just pretty. And I was like, okay, you know what? I really appreciate you reaching out to me. I think you two are universally attractive, but we're not compatible, right? And some guys were like, they respected that and they kept moving. And then somebody was like, you know what I'm saying? So then I just shut down like, it's crazy out, right? Because you're not even looking, and this is supposed to be a serious website, but you're not paying attention to the incompatibility. So I'm going to just wait over here in the cut and think, and in my world, where we say energy attracts, like, oh, I might end up talking to somebody. Today might be the day where I meet that person at the grocery store, old school kind of way, versus being out here on this dating site or going out. And I don't go outside. It's nothing to run.
Can I back you up real quick?
Yes.
So you say that brothers go on, they see your profile, see that you're pretty, and they don't read your bio. What is in the bio that you're looking for them to read?
Well, okay. So I'm a Sephardi Jew, right? And I do have children. I'm like, love God, love life, love people. And I'm like, I'll take the internet. I said I'll take reality over the internet any day, right? And so it was just like, oh, hey, well, I'm Christian. Well, Christianity is not my spiritual lifestyle and belief, and we're not compatible. And I don't get into that with people. I just, when they DM me and I just ask them what they think, they don't, is nothing past pretty. It's like you're showing me that what you're saying you want versus what you analyze is not the same. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have time to waste your time. That makes sense.
But I'm gonna interject really quickly because you do understand that men are visual, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So that's our ticket in the door. We're like, okay, this woman is very, very attractive. Let me see what she's about. And then that's when you kind of hash out the details, like, okay, we're not compatible here. We got some common ground here, but
right.
That's good. Like it's unfortunate. It's not really unfortunate, but that's how guys are wired. Yeah. We look at the beauty first. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
You don't hear guys saying, man, I met this chick. She's smarter than a model. Like I just want to take her home.
No, but I'm a visual person too. I have more masculine energy than feminine, but it's both. But I'm heterosexual for sure. But I'm like, and I have date effeminate dudes that are heterosexual. I'm like, yo, I want to meet. And my niece and I was talking about. And she's like, well, what would it have to be? I said, it would have to be a man that is either more masculine than me, but he knows who he is, or someone that is running with. He has feminine energy, but I won't run him over, right? And so I'm like, but. You have to know, like when the two guys I dated, I'm like, look, and you're not compatible. And they still kept pursuing. I was like, oh, you want to be Mr. Right now? Okay, let's fight. And by the time I was done with them, they were in their feelings. You see what I'm saying? I was like, I told you what it was from the get-go.
But let's get to the bottom line of it. Is that if you have a masculine energy about yourself, then you have to accept two possible scenarios. Either you're gonna end up with an effeminate male, or you're gonna have to subside that masculine demeanor.
And I can do that. That's no problem. That's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said it would have to be someone more masculine than me.
But why did it have to be more masculine than you? That's the thing, is
because I want to be able to trust that he knows that he's leading and that we're in this partnership together. But I can discard it.
Now, here's where the problem lies, is because what the men are hearing is that I could turn my femininity on and off. And if I don't, and when you say you want to know if the man is leading, if you don't like the way he leads, your masculinity is going to cut back on, and you two are going to butt heads. You know what I mean? If you two are gonna butt heads, what masculine guy is gonna want to battle with his woman? You know, based on his leadership. You know what I mean? And so if you're gonna, you know, be that masculine buck, then prepare to, you know, find someone who's willing to fight with you every night, or you're gonna have to find someone effeminate that's gonna, you know, not be as strong and always, you know, be more compromising. And so you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision where I can let go of this masculine frame and find that masculine person, or I'm gonna forever be this masculine woman, and I'm gonna have to settle for the effeminate.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm from New York, right? And that's what we were joking about. I was like, New York women, we're not gay. We're just culturally aggressive, right? Because it comes out, right? And I wasn't tomboy and everything, but like talking, like when I get excited, and there's this natural aggression that comes out. I don't mean anything by it, right? I like sport. I like theater. I like and stuff like that. Things that the other person when I was dating tended to like not like, right? He wasn't into sports or cars or anything like that. And it's like, okay, cool. I don't mind. It's like this. I need to know that I'm safe in being the other side of myself, and it's okay. And it's not. And I'm not out to threaten it or undermine anybody's masculinity. But if I just happen to get excited, I also need to, you know, or start, like, if I say, yo, big facts, math facts, oh, that's crazy to me. And you just heard me say, oh, yeah, more. You know, and I look, don't look at me like I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying?
In a way, but here I'm being honest. I'm saying that's out of love. Is that with us, and I'm sure a lot of men who are listening to this, basically what they're saying is, what they're hearing you say is, in order to keep my love, you're gonna have to tame me by the horns. Once you get excited or once you get aggressive, you know, you have to start with the bullfight. You have to come out with the red cape and, you know, and chase you around and grab you by your horns and tame you.
Or they could give me a prompt to say, you know, to let me know, like, hey, are you good? And I'll know, oh, that may be something that he may not like, and let me try to reframe it or readdress that. You see what I'm saying? If there's something that they don't like, and it's naturally my tendency, and it may make them feel a certain kind of way, I'm willing to readjust it for the sake of the relationship. You see what I'm saying?
But here, and I'm gonna give you a soft skill. Here's how you know that I'm not sure if you're really willing to give up that masculinity, because even as I'm explaining, you have to cut me off in order to explain your point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, and I'm just assessing based on this conversation that what guy is gonna want to explain or break down something, and then he has to re-explain himself or have to compete with your logic if he's going to be the leader. It's kind of like what you're saying is, I want you to lead me, but I want you to lead me how I want you to lead me. And if the guy's the leader, he's the leader. You know what I mean? And so what I'm hearing, and based on your soft skills that I'm assessing, is that you don't want to give up this masculine frame. Am I right? I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to judge you if you say no. Like,
no, I do, but I don't want to give up the fact that I like watching sport. I like, you know, I like fast things. I like, you know, a lot of things that would not be being feminine. And I know how to be feminine, but I don't want to be judged if I like sports and beer and, you know, watching wrestling or whatever, and that other person does it. That's what I'm saying. I don't want them to think that I'm less feminine. I think that's really what I'm trying to articulate. And you are correct in your assessment so far, but it's like when I do show you that the feminine side, I don't want you to think that it's false or that there's only one side that I'm wondering. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, everybody has masculine and feminine. What if a guy is listening to this stream and he's listening to me talk to you, he's thinking, how much masculinity am I going to have to put up with before I get the feminine side? You know what I mean? And so that's the part where a lot of ladies, and not just you, is that and you said it, you don't want to be judged when you are feminine, but you're a woman. You're supposed to be feminine. And so I know it's the environment is harsh in New York. It's the same thing here in Detroit. So when a lady shows her feminine side, it comes off as weak. I get that. I totally understand that. But when a guy is looking for his life partner or his spouse or his wife or whatever you want to call it, he's looking for that person that he can be nurtured by, he can be inspired by, the person that gives him the drive to keep going instead of the person he has to come home and fight with. Fighting is a very masculine trait. So, for example, I'll give an example. How my wife wins arguments a lot of times is she stays silent. She doesn't have to yell. She doesn't have to get in my face. She doesn't have to, puff her chest out at me. If she's upset about something and she knows she can't get to me logically when we have a discussion, she says, okay. And she'll stay quiet. And at that point, it will penetrate, like, okay, something's bothering her. Let me go see what it is. Instead of trying to do the masculine thing and say, my point is more important or my point is better than your point. And so, again, you're going to have to really get into the idea of being comfortable with being feminine. Because if you want a masculine man to come your way and lead the way and enjoy you for who you want to be, then that masculine suit got to get put up. Otherwise, you're going to keep running into effeminate males, what would be called the beta males. And so you'll be stuck, with a lot of decisions. You'll be stuck with, basically leading the charge. And if that's not what you want, then you got to display the right energy that you want to put forth so the right person will come back to you.
Well said, brother.
Very well said. And Dimitri, a lot of times, through different relationships, we become masculine in the relationship. I've been in a relationship where the person I was with was just not producing, right? And so then I had to become very masculine to try to drive him to produce and to try to push and pull and and that led to me feeling like arguing and trying to control and it's just it doesn't feel very feminine, right? And so then I had to take a look at that and start to unlearn those tendencies. And when they come up, when I'm with him, I gotta check it. And sometimes he'll check it like, relax, like I got this, and then I have to remember, oh yeah, I don't have to do that anymore. I'm not in that kind of relationship where I have to try to come up with all these decisions and solutions because I'm with someone who can do that,
You're like, chill, I got
Yeah.
this, relax.
But in my life, I grew up like tomboys fighting the family. I'm the youngest out of 10, 5 boys, 5 girls. I had older nieces and nephews, and we would just like fight, and I tried to be nice and everything. And also I have those people very tough. He had the more domineering person.
Gotcha.
So I'm trying to unlearn certain behavioral traits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sister Dimitri, got you. I want to.
So thank y'all.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, you good, sis. I want to read some of what the people were saying in the chat. So what you were saying as well. Many want a person to be that they can best. I'm not sure that's from Amaru Khan News. Besides be switching. Oh, besides be switching because they haven't been catered to properly and don't know anything about good treatment from a real dude or female. Okay? Oral Grant says, when women are so-called pretty, we don't want to take them seriously. When they are curious and desperate, they are easier to fall, especially looking for a handsome prince riding on a white horse. Okay. You have men who can be anything a woman want. Women are like the moon. Okay, we got some. Hey, so look, I'm gonna put the link again in the chat. That was Dimitri. If anybody else want to jump on, we got brother Hassani on the live. His wife was here, but you know, mother duties. What's her name? What's the prefix to her name? Mama cardiology. You know what I'm saying? So she's a mama first. Okay.
Yeah, mama fell asleep. So yeah, she was putting the baby down. She put all the kids down to sleep, and I guess while she was breastfeeding, you know, she clonked out. I know that around this time, if she ain't come back downstairs, she's done. She's done for the night.
Finito.
I hear you.
No worries, no worries. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we almost, we basically 2 hours in. If you want to jump on, come on YouTube. We got the link in the chat. We not joining people on IG. We on YouTube. We got our guest over here, Twin Flame Coalition. But right now we got the masculine side of the Twin Flame. You know what I'm saying? And you with Balance Healing. You with the masculine and the feminine side of Balance Healing. You know, you know what I'm saying? Balance Healing. And
absolutely. And shout out to the cookbook, man. That cookbook was fire. We made a few things from it, and we definitely enjoyed it, and we can't wait to finish it. We still got I think we're in the middle of the cookbook right now, so that thing slapped. Y'all make sure y'all get that cookbook.
Oh, wow.
Thank you for that. What did you guys make so far?
What had she made so far? I think she put it in the kitchen. I know we made the soups. I know she had, I don't think the pizza was on the cookbook, but she copied, the pizza that you made.
Yeah, the pizza's in there.
Okay, she made the pizza.
Fire.
Nice.
Man, let me not go into it. I had her make. She made that pizza like 2-3 days in a row. I was like, yep. We don't stay with this for a minute. So,
yeah, that pizza is really.
And I know she made a few other things from the book, but I'm trying to remember.
Nuggets, like the chickpea nuggets, the sea fritters,
waffles.
Yeah.
We had the nuggets.
Oh, that's one of my favorite things too. The sea fritters is like, the pizza is my favorite, the sea fritters is my second favorite, and the nuggets is my third favorite. I also really love the burgers.
Yeah,
there's a few. I mean, all of it's pretty good, but there's some things that you just want to have every day.
Right. I'm really surprised I haven't came out with catering at this point. You put on DoorDash, y'all make some bread.
I know, but we do too many other things. Like, people keep telling us to create a restaurant. I'm like, we need some children, you know, to run the restaurant, because I'm not going to be there. Like, I'm not.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And really quick, if I could chime in, because we talk about family and marriage, what ARNA is. And if we think about what our children mean to us and what our children mean in general, your children are the gift to the planet. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, your children are supposed to solve your community's problems. You know, we talked about this right before we went on the air, is that where's our black Elon Musk? Or where's our indigenous Elon Musk? Where's our indigenous Steve Jobs? You know, we're just having these children, raising them till they're 18, and then we're like, okay, you're on your own, see ya, bye. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys are into sports. I know, Sister Dimitri is, but the Lions are owned by Sheila Ford Hamp. That's Henry Ford's great-granddaughter.
Yeah.
You know, benefiting off of what her great-grandfather built.
Wow.
Centuries ago.
That's powerful.
You know what I mean? And so I want to give our folks an opportunity, especially with my children, to build not only what we have here in the Ali family, but with the ARNA family, is to build those structures so we can compete. You know what I mean? How many generations have to start over?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
That's so true.
You have to start over where no child's born, don't have a trust, don't have a will, don't have a property that mom and pop saved up for or you're paid off, and what we get is the debt. And so if we could put our children in a better position, to focus on actually solving our community's problems rather than the bills that are due every month, we can start getting those Elon Musk, Steve Jobs. What's the I cannot think of the brothers' names, but if y'all don't know, I mean, Black History Month is wrapping up, but a lot of our brothers were the inventors of, of card games, board games, the Super Soaker, things that we all grew up on. Like, for example, the brother's last name is Johnson. Have you ever heard of a game called Phase 10?
Phase 10?
No.
Nah.
So it's very similar to Uno. It's very similar to Uno, and a brother made it back in the 80s, I believe. But you know what I mean? Like, we don't have our children producing anything because we're too busy producing for everybody else.
That's
we gotta correct that.
So one of the solutions for that is the Ziax Institute. That's so that's where we know Sister Tamisha from. She's one of the parents turned teachers there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we grabbed her up as a teacher because we were like, oh yeah, we need you. But yeah, like we have a STEM program where we're encouraging our children to think outside of the box and create using their hands and learn about electricity. We have them play, but like really create with like circuit kits and things like that, electrical kits. So yeah, like we definitely we try to make sure that we're a part of communities that are solution based. So we have the Ziax Institute where we're helping families who would like to homeschool their children and give their children a Black/Indigenous perspective. And so they learn about Black educators, Black scientists and inventors on the regular, like not just in February, like in public schools, like it's like literally like every day they're learning something about their own people or culture. So yeah, that's another. So we have ARNA, Aboriginal Republic of North America, that provides a tribal government for us to, take what we deserve as people who have rights to this land. And then we have the Ziax Institute where we are educating our children to be the best that they can be.
Mm-hmm. And also just to plug in what he was saying as far as with the inventors and we made so many things. Yeah, he was talking about the game. I gotta look up that Phase 2 game and the Super Soaker, but the mic, right? Like we wouldn't be able to. It's called an electronic transducer. I believe his name is James Earl West. I can't remember his name correctly, but that's an easy Google search, and he was basically the person that made that transducer that's used today in a mic right now. Obviously. The from the piano to the street, the stop signs, the stop lights, like everything we done created the stuff that we're using today. Like we have this whole board in the homeschool with all these Black inventors that created stuff. But guess what? We wasn't patenting these things, right? So the point is that we are great. We have that greatness in us. We are creators. We are inventors, right? But I feel like our minds are mentally being, especially our children, are being distracted, right? And they're not producing. And we don't know how to keep things within our wealth, within our family. So we might be inventing stuff, and then it can be stolen because we don't have the business mindset to even know how to have a trust, have a will, have things that's going to be laid out for the next generation to come, so we don't have to have those same issues. Like, I don't want my son to have to work and do the same shit that, I had to necessarily go through, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure I don't want my grandchildren to have to work and go through what my dad and my grandfather have to go through. We need to break that cycle now.
Yeah. Even down to property. A lot of families have lost their property because the children, the parent or grandparent passes away, and the children didn't really know what to do, and some of them might not want the responsibility of taking care of a home, or for whatever reason, like the homes are going back to the state, when that parent or grandparent has worked hard most of their life to provide us for their family, and it's not being passed on. So now all the children are over here trying to work to pay rent when they could have had this home for free.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So lack of education and lack of, just like putting things into perspective is really hurting us as a people. So yeah. So that like you said, our children are here to change the trajectory of the community, solve problems for the community. And if we have that mindset when we're choosing a life partner, back to the topic, if we're talking about these things beforehand, before we lay down with this person, then it provides a clearer path to greatness for the future generations. Laka, it looks like you were trying to give a comment, a question, but it's not complete. It just says, where do you stand when it comes to? So we don't know what you're referring to. You can also come into the Zoom if you want. You can just click on that link.
Sorry, she lives. She's she's running to the kitchen real quick, and she'll jump on and wrap up since I had the majority of the time.
Okay.
But
yeah, that's cool. Look, man, you ain't gotta explain. I'm glad that she's even back. You know what I'm saying? We thought we was done.
Well, and again, it's that teamwork. You know what I mean? She really do hold the fort down when it comes to the children, and I just make sure whatever she needs for her comfort, I provide for it. So we work as a team, and whatever she needs, she got it. As long as she takes care of the kids and do right by them, and nourish them and teach them, then we smooth over here. We're not hard people to please. We're trying to get it a day at a time. I don't know if you guys know we're actually getting ready to move.
Yes, to Georgia.
To Georgia.
We're moving there this year too. Definitely.
Yeah. So so like I said, we've had construction people over here. We're trying to get the house on the market, and so we're doing everything we can. We're still researching houses and areas and everything like that. And so back to the family piece. We've had a family meeting 2-3 times already this week, because it's like we have to look at homes, look at budget, look at what's needed for this house to be fixed. And so we always have something going on, so there's never a dull moment over here.
Gotcha.
That's
Family
great.
meetings, I love that.
Yeah, family meeting. That, you know what that means? That's organization. That's structure.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a lot of people are scared of. A lot of people don't really want to have. Hey, she's back. Welcome back. You know what I'm saying? But I really like what you were saying as far as that y'all a team, because people gotta understand their roles. Not even just understand them, but appreciate them within a family structure, right? Because if you want to be in a family structure or a relationship, there are roles that be played, right? So in football, you got a linebacker, you got a defensive line, you know what I'm saying? These are roles on the, you know what I'm saying? You got a quarterback, you know what I mean? Like basketball, you got the one, you got the point, you got the shooting guard, you got the point, center, forward. The point is that there are roles, and guess what? You gotta appreciate that role that you're in, because it's all a part of the team. Imagine if the center, he really wants to be the point guard, right? So he's aware of the role that he's on the team, but he don't want to play that role. So guess what? He's not going low. He's staying above by the 3-point line. Pass me the ball, but we ain't got nobody down there for the rebound.
Right.
So it's like, all right, so now we're not getting rebounds. So guys, know your role. You're the center. Like, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I mean by knowing your role and appreciating your role. Because some people know it, but they don't appreciate the fact that, hey, guess what? I'm better at washing the dishes, babe. Like, I got the dishes. You know what I'm saying? You be leaving mad stains. You know what I'm saying? Nah. I got that. you better at taking out the trash. Or like, guess what? You're the man in the situation. You know what I mean? Please know your role. Like, I'm not carrying that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the role. And we have to appreciate those things. You know what I mean? Sometimes we don't necessarily stay in our lane and try to jump out of things and just, like, men want to be the leader in everything. I control everything. No. It's a teamwork. Balance. You know what I mean? Because there are some things that she's the lead in. Right? To go to what Sister Demetri was saying about, you know, being masculine, taking a lead. You know what I mean? But guess what? Yeah, there are some things that you will be the lead in naturally. Right? And then there's some things that naturally, masculine, with the masculine energy, I will be the leader. There's no one person taking lead in everything. Like, I mean, it's balance in everything. Up, right, I mean, up, down, left, right, hot, cold, north, south, east, west. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's balance. I mean, you cannot have positive without negative. You can't have good without bad. Like, you need both of them. There's no just good. You know what I mean? So, there's no you just leading everything, period. You know what I mean? There's not that. You know what I mean, am I right or wrong? Like, are you guys, are you just the leader in everything, Hassani? Are you the leader in everything?
I'm not the leader of everything, you know, I am head of the household, you know, so the main components, you know, the protection, the provision, you know, make sure everybody has food, clothes, shelter. That's my piece.
There you
go. When it comes to the interior, that's where she got the, you know.
All right.
And she got the what do you want to call it? The role, the leading role.
There you go, and she
the
knows her role.
Right.
All right.
For an example, we got to get the house ready to sell.
Yes, I guess.
Oh, we already did this. Yeah,
Go ahead.
I don't even know.
Go ahead, Shelby. No, tell us.
So we have to get the house ready to sell, and it had been, I think it had been a week, and so I was like, we had to get ready, and that week had passed, and I was like, oh shoot, okay. So I walked upstairs, and I was like, what needs to get done? I literally had a clipboard. It was so cute. I was like, what needs to get done? Please let me know. He's like, okay, we got this. Okay, that. So he went to work. He came back. I had got on this app on my phone for handyman. I called people out to assess the house. It's like, yeah, you say it has to get done, but I'm the one who actually makes sure it gets done and you pay for it.
Exactly.
And it all works out at the end, and no one thinks anyone is greater than or less than. We're in this together. Because we know we couldn't operate our home, we couldn't operate our family without each other. And there's no weakness in that.
Yes. Beautiful.
Balance.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? And I can say something about attest to that too, as far as within our relationship. Is like, there's certain things that, you know, like, she would naturally, you know, get done better than I would. Like, you know, guess what? I could do it. You know what? And it's things that I could do, but I just know that she's better in that, or more sufficient in that lane, or whatever it is that I'm looking for, as far as, like, let's say if it was like, you know, typing up a pitch, you know what I mean, as far as for something, you know what I mean, when it comes to the business or whatnot. Like, you know, I know that, you know what I mean, she has her master's in psychology, she's all, you know what I mean, she's being corporate, you know what I mean, so, yeah, we're gonna utilize that, you know what I mean, yeah, you can say a little something, and she's fast on the keyboard. Sometimes I'll be like, you know what I'm saying, so, all right, cool, so we know where you're good at. But guess what? I know that I'm the researcher. You know what I mean? Down, I need you to look this up. Boom, boom. Like, I need this. Like, I don't know how to cross-reference. I don't be looking up the stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm not reading the whole thing. So that's your department.
Yeah, that's boring to me.
That's boring to her. So it's like, but you see, so it's like, you know what? But we'll work as a team. Just like when we do our consultations for health, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm more of the scientific guy. I'm the naturopath. You know what I'm saying? Did the health master, I'm a health master, things of that nature. I did that course, so it's like to understand that part of health, right? But she's more into the spirituality and emotions, energy, Reiki. You know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes some people would think that our stuff would clash because it's like, you know what she's saying, but it's the balance between the two. Plus, like she told you earlier, like, you know, me being a Scorpio, sometimes what I could say, I just tell like it is. Sometimes it can sting. I tell people like, look, you're kind of like you're killing yourself, y'all. You do what you're doing to yourself, like it is what it is. Like 1 + 1 is 2. Like you're putting this inside of you. This is the results you're gonna get. Like,
and then I come like, well, you know.
So she has to come ease it up, like okay, and then you know, well. You do this can kind of help, you know, because I like to give it to them raw.
You can take your time and transition. You don't have to go straight, because that's even in the way that we both transitioned our eating. It was very apparent in how we are. It's like he just realized one day that he was eating wrong, so he just cut everything off and changed the next day. Now me, I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna take my time during the week. I'm gonna eat this, and then on the weekends I'm gonna give myself free reign, like very soft and like easeful, you know.
Yeah, so, but some people are cold turkey. Some people want it raw. Some people want it. They want to hear it, you know, like they want to take the slow route. They want to transition in the ways that they want to do it. So that's why we have the balance between the two. Some people want to hear the research. They want to hear the scientific aspects of it. Like I want to, and that's what she'll be like. Well, Damo, this person is asking, well, hey, they got something going on with their kidneys and like what's going on with this part of the anatomy? Like I don't necessarily know that part, so it's like, what? Talk black to me. You feel me? Then I might get a client that's like, well, hey, my emotion. I'm very stressed and I have a lot of anxiety. I went to the hospital. They told me everything is fine, though. They did my reading. They did blood tests, and it's like it sounds like something mentally is going wrong with you. Like it's not even like physical. Like you're having panic attacks, stress attacks. You need to see her. like you know what I'm saying? Like so, it's like you know, balance.
Yeah. Someone asked a question. So she finished it. The first part was, where do you stand when it comes to? And she says polygyny relationships. Can it work where it's...
Oh, we have not done this yet.
Oh, fun.
She said, can it work where it's one-sided and trust should not be a factor, whereas proof should be the factor? If you can prove everything, then trust should not matter. Oh, it sounds like somebody was trying to swindle you into a polygynous relationship, saying like, oh, well, the science of it matter is what makes sense, and you should go with it because of the science. I can't stand those kind of conversations. Like, it really bothers me.
Okay, so...
Talk about it.
No, everything is built on trust.
Right. And all this proof and all this... No. Okay, so... Polygyny. Polygyny is fine if you do it properly. The proper way to do polygyny is to master monogamy. People leave that part out. Mm-hmm. When you master monogamy, you learn how to have a relationship with one person. You go through the good, the bad, the ups and downs. If you can master that, we've mastered it. Y'all mastered it. We claim that. Mm-hmm. We've been in this thing 10 years strong. We have mastered our monogamous relationship. So at this point, Bastani approached me and said, hey, I found a woman I think she'd be a great addition to our family. We have already mastered monogamy. So then we can have a normal, trustful conversation about what this woman would bring to our family. Our family. I have had clients who were brutally honest and said, look, I can't be with just one woman. Okay. You still got to master monogamy first. Sorry.
Join us on YouTube, sis. We love
you have to do that first. And all of the trust and the proof and, well, I need to know everything that's going on. You're never going to know everything that's going on, even if you are monogamous.
Leave the live. Click the link in my bio and join us on YouTube.
So if you and your partner are considering that step, you need to talk to a professional about it. I do believe that. We're professionals. We'll talk to you about it. For me, I'll talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Go talk to Coach Ali. He'll talk to you about it. Mm-hmm. But this is a mutual decision. This is not something that the man or the woman decides they want to do, and that's the end of the conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Got it. So look, let me bring it back to what we was talking about in the beginning with the compromise, right? So now,
how do we get back to this full circle?
Yeah. The man wants polygyny. The woman doesn't. So But it's like is she settling or is she compromising? Because okay, you told me about the science. Yeah, okay, more women could be more help for me in the house. Okay. Do I really want this? I mean, it makes sense, so I'll do it. You know what I mean?
The plot twist is the conversation should have been had at the beginning. You know what I mean? Could you imagine writing a contract, and after the contract is signed, you're still trying to add conditions to the contract even though it's already been signed?
Like, we need to add an amendment. What? We need to add an addendum. What? Why? We already signed the contract.
But the polygyny conversation should be had up front. Now, I get it. People get to new information, and it's like, okay, this would seem feasible. But if that's something you're interested in and you know that, you have to say that in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And just like with the birth certificate thing earlier, if that was an interest of mine, I'm like, look, yes, here are the logical reasons behind it. And then it would have to take some further, I would say research, but some further confirmation. You know, we would go talk to a polygynous couple and say, how do you guys handle it? Is it something that was a smooth transition? Was it rough? You know what I mean? Like, you can't just find someone like, oh, you know, Shorty got a fatty, and she got freckles, and those are my two favorite combos. Like, she'll work perfectly. You know what I mean? So, again, it has to have a purpose. What are the two spouses coming in to do? Mm-hmm. The biggest thing that bothers me is that when people claim polygyny, but it's just people swapping partners. You know what I mean? Just call it, you're sharing a man. Like, none of you are married to him. No, there's no commitment. You're just agreeing that, you know, you'll take turns with them, or you might share them simultaneously. You know, polygyny requires marriage. And if there's no marriage, then it's not a conversation. Y'all just doing something in the name of polygyny, and that's where it kind of gets a bad rap.
And as far as, to beg you back, as far as to compromise, I do it. But as far as that comes to compromise, a compromise between he wants polygyny, I don't, try it. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
Experimentation. You never know until you try it, right? You're
exactly.
About it
that's it. Oh, I don't know if I can go vegan. I don't know if I can ever, hey, eat this. It tastes good.
Mm-hmm. And just like how with the birth certificate situation where it's like, he took his time to make sure that you were comfortable before y'all decided, like, okay, let's go ahead and not do the birth certificate. Let's do genealogy report or whatever. You know, like, I feel like that, like, with polygyny, it takes that same kind of care. Like, okay, so what is it going to take for you to be comfortable? You know, okay, do you need, you know, to really, like, build this relationship with the sister on your own? Like, you know, like, make sure that y'all feel like sisters before she becomes a wife. Like, do you need to, you know, whatever it is. Whatever it is. Like, just, like, figure out the terms of that so that y'all can move forward on the right path.
To what Asani was saying about, basically, it's the, like, boundaries. Right? How he said you want to say it at the beginning of a relationship. This brings it back to what I was saying in the beginning with being in sync, being locked. Because now, all right, we want to homeschool. You know what I mean? We want to be vegan. Hey, I want multiple wives. You know what I'm saying? This is said in the beginning. Right? Yeah. It's like, whoa, okay. But now you know who you're getting with. You know communication. Communication without communication is going to be confusion. So now you're letting the person know you're being honest from the front. So this person is not finding out months later. That's like you sign a lease. You know what I mean? Your lease is $1,500. Next thing you know, they just added, well, now you can't smoke in the house and, you know what I mean, you can't put your garbage over here. Like, what? When I signed it 2 months ago, it was this. What are you talking about? Like, and now I'm paying $1,800. Like, that's exactly what's happening. But like you said, people got new information. Also, some people grow. Some people grow out of relationships. Whoopsie. Some people grow out of relationships. Some people ascend. They might be like, this person might still be here. And it doesn't have to be with polygyny. Just say you got some new information. The phone's upside down now. The phone's upside down. You gotta flip it. There we go. Yeah. So,
Okay.
How does that work?
I have no idea. But, some people grow out of relationships. They ascend. And the same thing could apply if you're vegan, right? Or you might grow to the point where it's like, I'm not eating this food anymore, right? Y'all both got into a relationship. Y'all was both meat eaters. Y'all both ate fast food. It's like, last week we was in IHOP and we was at Red Lobster. Now you telling me you only want to go to health food stores. You know what I'm saying? Well, look, I grew. You feel me? So it's like, this is what it is. It's kind of like, that's what I be telling people as far as when it comes to their relationship. Like, if you growing past this person is not willing to grow with you, right? Then you have to
respect your growth. Or respect your growth.
Respect it. Word. That's another thing too, because they can be trying to bring you back down to where you don't want to be. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Versus trying to like, I respect the fact that you this. And you want to eat this way, and that's fine, because I'm going to be doing my thing until I'm ready to be where you at. Because you can't force somebody to grow with you, too. You know what I mean? You can't, they have to want to grow for themselves.
And then that's when compromise comes in, too. Because, like, okay, they can settle and just, like, go along with it and hate it.
Yep.
Or
gems, man.
Or it can be, all right, like, so I respect your growth, and I ain't saying I can do that, but I'm gonna say I can try, and I'm gonna go at this snail pace.
Exactly. I'm gonna watch you. I'm gonna watch how your salad looks. Let me get a bite.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna ask a fiery question though, right? So we heard about the polygyny, right? When it comes to having multiple wives or whatnot. But let's say what a compromise is with a woman, she addresses, well, if you could have multiple wives, why can't I have multiple men?
Okay.
Was that for you or for
I think
that's for both of y'all. Like, it's for the platform. It's just another, like I said, fiery question. Because there's some women that's like, hey, well, if you can do that, why can't I do it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, like, balance. You've been saying balance all night, right?
Right.
So, like, I'm just saying, I don't know, like, but hey, the question is on the platform. I know what I would want to do.
No, I understand. I get it, and it's a fair question. So any ladies and gents on the audience who have that question, it's a very fair and valid question. Here's the thing about polygyny. You have to have a conversation about why you are doing it, because Domo, you said something very specific. You said, you get to do this, why can't I have this? Polygyny is about family building and community building. And yes, the man gets another woman to have sex with. Yes, that's true. That is true. But what does the woman get? The woman gets a partner. The woman gets a friend. The woman gets someone who can help out around the house. The woman gets to tag team with the woman and come at the man to talk about what they both want. Is he going to say no to both his wives? She gets a teammate. See, look at, because like, what if I had two of me right here and we both going up here so we can both get what we want for this house? But you're so worried. There are some people who are so worried about the fact that he's getting another woman to be intimate with, and I want that. I want someone else to be intimate with. You do get that intimacy, but you get it on a different level. Mm-hmm. Between you, I, and the universe, I do not want two husbands. That's a lot of work for me. I already have 3 children. We're supposed to get 2 dogs when we move. I don't want another husband. I understand the responsibility that comes with that. But if you want another wife and he was willing to take on that responsibility, it could be a conversation. It starts there. Mm-hmm. That's my tangent.
Well said. Well said. I love it. Like, yo, fire. Join us on YouTube, family. The conversation is fire. Y'all missing?
What I would say is that when it comes to this conversation, guys understand that 2 spouses become a responsibility. And this is not for everyone. I'm just saying, when we usually have this discussion, where the ladies kind of look at it as a fantasy, where I get 2 guys to take me out to dinner. I get 2 guys, to buy me gifts on Valentine's Day. 2 guys that I get to, lay down with, whenever I'm in the mood. There's not a responsibility side on the woman's side when I typically tend to think about the idea of having 2 male spouses. And
it's
so,
like that idea of 2 people taking care of them.
what?
It's the idea of 2 people taking care of them.
Right. And then looking at the other side where, if you can find 2 men who are going to share you with another man, please let me know. I want to see the documentary. I want to see, I want to see this happen in real time because, no man is going to openly say, I don't mind, my wife having, sex with somebody else. I don't mind my wife cooking for somebody else.
A man's ego wouldn't let that happen.
My wife, dressing up for somebody else. No man's going to say that. Like,
no man's going to say that.
It's like everybody with everybody at that point.
Right. And again, when we talk about these double standards, because there are double standards. There are times and places for those type of relationships. If we're looking at, and the reason why Arna's behind it is because if you look at the numbers, there are 23 million, indigenous women and 21 million indigenous men. So even if everyone were to pair up, you still have 2 million sisters who are out of the dance. And so for those who want to build those communities, it is more advantageous to go that route. If you can pull it off and a sister got game and she can get 2 men, more power to you. We're not going to shame you or, what I mean? It's some ladies got it like that. But again, when you do see a sister juggling multiple men, it's usually just on the friends with benefits rather than the actual commitment.
That's a fact. That was well said, well put. I just know that, having the polygyny talk, I didn't see that. Having the polygyny talk with people, definitely some women will say, well, yeah, if you can have multiple women, because a lot of guys, like I said, I'm being devil's advocate. The guy's like, yo, boom. What are you talking about? You got more hands on deck in the house. You feel me? You got help with the children. You feel me? You got all this other benefits. And now the woman is like, well, I can get those same things too. Well, guess what? Now we got somebody else to do the dishes. You don't like doing the dishes, right? Well, he can do the dishes. Or, you know what I'm saying? Now, it ain't just got to be your money now. Because I can get money from, it can be a whole thing. He can, well, guess what? You're a health guy, or you're an agriculturalist. You grow food. Well, guess what? This guy he's a carpenter. So if he's a part of the family, he can build the house. You know what I mean?
Go find him, and we'll talk about it.
The other part to this too is whatever, if during the conversation, whatever the person who's trying to introduce the polygyny relationship, whoever that person is, the other person can respond, well, why can't we pay someone to do that? Why can't we get a nanny who will cook and clean and do all the other things that you're talking about? So what do you guys think about that? A extra pair of hands that's paid for versus an extra pair of hands that is now taking up another space in the house.
That was actually my first statement when Hassani brought it up. Why not? We here.
So you know what? I'll give you guys a story because at one point we were. I did express interest. This was maybe
before I was pregnant, so 2 years ago.
No, this was way back. We only had one child at the time, so this is 3-4 years ago. And so we were at the old house, and so she was kind of I'm not really feeling it, and I gave the reasons, and she was like, I'm still not kind of feeling it, and so we had a friend of ours who was kind of going through some stuff at home. And so a friend of mine, or a friend of ours, I should say, she stayed with us for like 3 days. She stayed with us for like 3 days. And, she was helping out with the newborn. She helped cook. She helped clean. She vacuumed. And after she left, she was like, okay, it kind of makes sense now. It kind of helps. She chimed in and she took such a boatload off of Shelby. And to this day, I still go back and forth on it. But at the end of the day, the difference between having a nanny and having a spouse is that nanny clocks out and goes home. You know what I mean? That nanny clocks out, goes home. She may have a joy with your family, but she doesn't care about your family. She's looking to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She's looking to get paid, so the passion for the family is not necessarily there. So when you have a second spouse, when you have someone who's doing the domestic work, that's something that that those two can tackle together. And if something needs to be pointed out where I may not see it from Shelby's standpoint, but if another woman were to break it down another way, it's like, okay, that makes sense. It's kind of like I said, it's always that dual. It's the tag team. It's the tag team of how do I explain it?
Callie, come on, click the link so you can come onto the Zoom because we would love to hear your perspective too. Come on over, click the link. Okay, go ahead.
No, you're fine. It's the ability for the woman to have first of all I guess sorority is the word, but to have that sistership with somebody.
Yeah.
To carry on. So when I'm not here, conducting business or whatever, there's always going to be someone here.
Camaraderie?
I guess camaraderie would be the word. And then even if something were to happen to me, she will always have that someone else here, compared to a nanny, which, wouldn't have that much interest in the family. If I were to go, she'd kind of be like, oh, well, my paycheck died, so I kind of, got to find something else. So it's more of
Excuse me. It's family.
It's more. It's creating the family structure. It's creating the idea of having multiple teachers in a structure. And again, we're conditioned that it's only two parents. And so, if it's something that people saw more, because if you know, there's a book called The Polygamous Papers that I've read, that 80% of the world is actually polygynous.
Yo, I was not to cut you, bro. I was just about to say that. I was just about to say a lot of people are already living polygamous relationships and stuff. Like, I'll tell you right now that we're in one, right? You're probably like, oh, word, they poly? But hold on, listen up. My son's mother, right? Now let me give you a perspective here. I have to talk to my son's mother all the time, right? I have to check in, you know what I'm saying? We check. So, and when me and her get into it or whatnot, that affects our relationship. She calls here. You know what I mean? She knows where I live. She can come where, you know what I mean? It's free reign. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the way she talks to my son, right? Or whatever, it's like, can affect everything and have my relationship with her. You know what I'm saying? Go off. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm dealing with two separate relationships, but it's like, and this is for life. Life partner, mother of my child.
Right.
It's poly. It's poly. It's literally poly. I'm just not having sex with her. I'm literally just not having sex with her.
And she's not helping with
and
anything.
She's not helping with anything in the house. But you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's still that two relationship structure. Like, I gotta deal with it, and like I said, my relationship with her affects, or the emotions in that relationship can then sometimes stem into the relationship that I have here. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people that's living like that. You know what I'm saying? And then there are some people that's actually, they are having sex with their mother and their child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that
there's so many de facto polygynous, situations all across the country. You know, they just don't call it what it is because it's not really official. But you know brothers. I know brothers here in Detroit who got multiple baby mothers. You know, and he stops at one, fights with her, stops at another one, lay down with her, stops at another one, eats over there, like, it's
common thing. I want to give you guys a gem on polygyny though, right? For the brothers that even do may want it, I say that you remember it's called sister wife. Prefix to that is sister, right? So what they were saying earlier was them having their sister circles, sisterhood. You're looking for that sorority and the camaraderie with a sister, right? So when I feel like when guys come into it, they like, oh, I'm finding a girl. I want this girl to be with me and you, right? But it's like they want to be in control of it versus, like the sister. They have to literally be sisters, right? Before she's a wife. So just think about that. They have to be sisters before she's even a wife. So it's like they already got to be cool. They got to be bonding. They got to be tight. It's more like they're sisters where it's like they're not even thinking about anything about you being with my man. It's like, we cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we dead sisters. Y'all get y'all nails done. Y'all meditate together. Y'all do yoga. Y'all would do whatever. Y'all got mad. She's helping with the children or you helping with her children, vice versa. Like, it's literally a sisterly bond. And now it's like, hey, not necessarily the man introduced, because she already knows that you have a man. You know what I mean? But it's more like now it's easier to kind of like, hey, you feel me? This person could kind of come into our family because, y'all already got the sister part done. You didn't skip the part and went to the wife, and now you done dealing with her, and then y'all didn't deal with the boundaries before. Y'all didn't, you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, well, y'all in bed together, you wake up and then you got your hand on her shoulder and she's like, yo, you been with me for 10 years and you ain't never had your damn hand on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Boundaries. And it's like, so these are the things that can happen and arise within polygamous relationships. But we got Sister Callie on the building. You know what I'm saying? Another honor member. Peace and love to the family. Oh, I'm not your mic is muted. You gotta unmute your mic, sis. Hold up, let me see. Did I make it that you can't unmute yourself?
Go ahead and click on.
Can you hear me now?
Yay! Peace.
What's going on, y'all? Peace and love, fam. I was just coming to give y'all some love.
Thank you, sis.
What's going on?
What's going on?
So
y'all talking about a hot topic.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So we originally were talking about, folks looking for a life partner, looking for a life partner versus friends with benefits. Some people are not in sync, and they happen to just be looking for a friends with benefits, and then it turns into a partnership because they have children or they just get attached or whatever. So we were talking about a bunch of different things, but someone asked a question about polygyny, and where is that question?
Right here. Let me read this question for you.
Throw it out.
Polygyny relationships, can it work where it's one-sided and trust should not be a factor, whereas proof should be the factor? If you can prove everything, then trust should not matter.
It's a question. If you can prove everything, then trust should not matter. She's saying, can polygynous relationships work where trust doesn't matter? It's just like the proof, the science, the reasons behind why polygyny is like the thing that people should do. Should that be the reason why a woman is kind of like in a polygynous relationship?
No, polygyny is not for everyone. And trust is a major factor. It's no different than any other relationship you will be in. So you will want that individual or that person you're with to treat you the same way that you would if you was with one partner. So what's the difference if you're 1, 2? It's no difference. You still want to be treated the same way you want to be treated, period. There's no underlining or no underscoring, there's no way to it. There's got to be a meeting of the minds always. And the moment that you don't meet, then you're going to have problems like in any relationship.
I like
So
you, Kevin.
trust is always going to be the main number one factor. The moment that we start losing trust, then we start having problems, like any relationship. So we have to always trust each other. And if we can't, and trust is really based off of communication. So the moment that we stop communicating, then we know that we're having a trust issue.
Yeah.
Teach.
So we have to be able to communicate with one another. That is one of my major keys, and that is part of my work and healing work. Is like, stop bringing your demons and your shadows in that you haven't healed yet, because we're gonna have problems. So I think that it's important and imperative for people to heal and fix themselves before they think about trying to even get in a relationship.
Yes.
And that's just based off of my own experience.
Yes. We definitely touched upon that earlier about learning about the traumas that you have had and making sure you heal it. And also knowing your triggers so you're not bleeding on the people who did not cut you. Yeah.
That's right, because those triggers are part of your boundaries. They're triggers for a reason. Like you're getting those. It's like a red flag you get. You know if we have to stop overlooking things, but it's that Stockholm syndrome. It's kind of embedded in us for us to overlook things. But that's where that shadow work comes in, because now we'll start looking at things head on. Not trying to blame anyone, but let's start facing ourselves so we can be like, okay, this is my own problem. So versus it being another one's problem. Won't keep inviting that same problem. It's like, it's attracting it.
Yeah, we touched on all of them. I love it.
Yes.
And Sister Shelby and Brother Hassani were also mentioning with polygyny, you have to first master the monogamous relationship.
Yes, you must master monogamous first, but that starts with self. That you need to master self first before you can go thinking about even trying to have another relationship. People got relationships all screwed up. Relationship is anyone. Relationship is your child. The relationship is your mom. The relationship is those people that you encounter with. I have a relationship with you. It doesn't always have to be sexually, physically. Relationship, it starts with yourself. If you can't have a good relationship with yourself, you're not going to have a good relationship with no one else. No one else can make you happy. You have to be happy within your own self. And within truly happy with yourself. But that comes with growth. It's not easy. Our people have been abused and broken in so many areas, and it goes back in so many generations. How could you blame your mom or your dad if they didn't know no better?
Definitely.
So that's where you start facing yourself, and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to go and heal myself. I'm going to heal these traumas.
Y'all see why I need to give an honor, family? This is all honor, family.
That's right. We honor for show, for life over here. We don't play around.
So are you in New York too?
No.
I'm in Cali, California.
That's on SARS Queen. That's Brother on SARS Queen.
Oh, okay, got you.
Well, and they have he's the mayor of
Sun Village.
Sun Village out there in California. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so,
yes, sir.
I mean, giving him a plug. You know what I'm saying?
Answer Muhammad is the mayor. Yes, he is.
Yes.
Of Sun Village, we still, everything takes work. It's like building blocks. You know, only one gonna give up is us. So as long as we still stay strong and know that they can't take our spirit, then they can't take nothing else from us. It don't matter what has happened to us. As long as we still got enough passion for ourselves to keep like with this conversation we're having now, that they can't kill. They can't kill that fire. And as long as they can't kill that fire, then we are the nation that's being built right now. We're building it today. We're building it every moment that we wake up. So we got some great work ahead of us. You know, so, and I support everything y'all do and the growth of and the development of our tribe, because we all on this planet trying to make it grow. Wherever you at, we can't do it alone. It's it's spiritual warfare, literally.
Literally, yeah. Ain't no clap.
You know. So yeah.
We going from New York to Detroit, all the way to Cali. So we in the east to the Midwest to the west.
Yes. So y'all know my work. I got C Healing Arts started, you know. So y'all be working with families, you know, some families that need to work, need to get to the depths of things. That's shoot on my way. I work with them.
Put your link in the chat when you get back to YouTube. Put your link for your website or wherever, however people can reach you. Put in the chat.
Okay, I'm still working on that social part. Yeah, y'all know I'm a little slow on that, so y'all bear with the sister on that.
You good, sis, you good. No worries. But yeah,
I'm working on it.
No worries.
So I hope I answered y'all question. I hope I was.
Are there any other questions in the chat?
Any other questions y'all have for me or in the chat? I can't even see it, but while I'm here.
No, I don't see any questions. But thank you for jumping on. You came on right when we were talking about polygyny, you know.
That was timing. I didn't even expect it, because I swear, you know, normally I'm doing stuff, grandmas and everything duties around here. Yeah. So I think that is very important. I'm all for polygyny, but I think that if the person doesn't have the mindset of it being a unit, and that they're not like what you're doing, coming to a balanced healing, like wanting to heal, then we're gonna have problems. Just stick with the monogamous until you can, because it's not fair. I don't think it's fair.
Right.
It's not fair to him. It's not fair to her. It's not fair. It's just not fair.
Mm-hmm.
Why waste people's energy and time like that?
Yeah.
It's not fair. When they can go find someone else that can help them get to that next journey, where then they may be ready for that. Mm-hmm. It's a time. It's a time and place for everything.
Mm-hmm. All right. Awesome.
Thank you, sis.
Thank you, sister, for coming on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I love you all. I will be seeing y'all in the summer, right?
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
of course.
definitely. But we ain't gotta wait till then to link up, man. You feel me?
I hope not.
You feel me? So, you know,
I hope not. Y'all know my birthday is next month. You know I know your birthday too.
Aries,
baby. So yeah, stay in touch with me. You know,
got you, sis.
so we can link up.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay then. Peace.
All right, love you.
Thank you.
Peace. You know what I'm saying?
Nice meeting y'all too.
Yeah, we'll all be at the summit this summer.
Yeah, they wasn't at the summit this last year that passed, but they was at the one.
Baby.
Yeah, she had a baby.
Oh, they look kind of familiar.
I think we were all at the summit the year before.
They was at the one the year before.
2018.
Oh, okay. I feel like I know I've seen y'all before.
Yeah, that's
y'all look familiar. Well, okay, well, peace, ma'am.
Yeah, that's Shelby and Asani. They run the whole marriage department when it comes into honor. Everybody that's getting married, you go through them.
Are y'all the ones that did the cards?
Yes.
Oh, I love y'all.
There you go. See?
I'm so mad. I gotta recover my cards all over again. That's another story, but it's okay. I love y'all. I love y'all. Y'all so dope.
Thank you.
Yes. All right, y'all continue. Let me get out of y'all live.
Thank you.
Peace. Oh man, that was funny, man. All right. But yeah, man, you know, that's the Arna family for you. You know, that's what we got going on. We still here with Twin Flame Coalition. We damn near 3 hours in. So I know, you know, I saw the wife kind of yawning. I saw Shelby
about
yawning.
that time.
You know what I'm saying?
We breastfeeding all day.
We don't need to do this to y'all. You know what I mean? If it was up to me, man, we can go another 3 more hours. Now I'm joking. But I'm loving this. We building towers. We're getting a lot of good information now. There's a lot of people in the chat that's been giving a lot of throwing a lot of good questions. I see the likes going up. Subscribers to the channel. Make sure you're subscribed to all the other channels. Make sure you're subscribed to Coach Ali's corner. I put the link to his channel in the chat several times. I put the link to their website, so if you wanted to contact them for any services or whatnot. I also did put the link to our Shiamaru Tribal Government website, right? That's Arna's website. So if you want to know more about nationalizing, so that you can even get with them, you know what I mean? Because there is a you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're not seeing.
You feel me? You gotta be exclusive. Yeah. Feel me? So, but yeah, right. we put the link for that.
Guys, what's your Cash App in case anyone would like to send a donation to you all? You guys have Cash App?
Yeah, that'd be $Hassani Ali 89.
Oh, me and you born the same year. Hassani Ali 89. Okay, cool. Yes.
Yeah, you the youngest. Yeah, you lame.
I'm pretty great for a little player. Thank you very much.
What was that?
He's making fun of me because he's a cradle robber.
Oh, I guess I'm a cradle robber because he's younger than me.
It be like that sometimes.
Well, for as long as I've been here, this has been fun. I wish I could have stayed longer.
Yeah, man, but look, hey, this ain't gotta be the last time we do this. You feel me?
Of course.
This was dope. This was live. I loved it. I think we got some good info out. We had some people come on. You know what I mean? And this was definitely, this can't be the last time. We had some hot topics. And then guess what? The topic could be like, you know what? We could do a talk on just that. You know what I mean? Because we saw how the polygyny talk kind of, all right, cool. We can just talk about this, that could be the aspect of it, or it could also be another one. You feel me? This is not be the last time. You know? That's all I'm saying. We're also supposed to be having Quilla and Senna on you know what I mean, sometime too. You know what I mean? So we're going to be talking about, you know, more of the health stuff. But this is dope too, man. This is all wellness. You know what I mean? How you keeping your household well, right? Or your relationships well. Right? It's not all just about nutrition. You know what I mean? I teach a health class to the students at the homeschool. It's like, everybody think about health as just being about eating healthy, but no. It's finances, and safety and security, it's etiquette, mental and emotional, personal health and hygiene. The list goes on. Like, there's so many different brackets when it comes to being healthy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not just eating.
Absolutely. And really quickly before we sign off, let me just say on behalf of both of us, thank you for having us on. We definitely need more we need more representation of healthy Indigenous families. And as you know, a lot of times happy couples don't get enough shine because, you know, we're too busy enjoying our relationships.
Right.
You know, kind of the most dysfunctional people are got the mic on YouTube, and so. You know, a lot of more people who are happy and healthy and functioning need to be more vocal and boisterous about, you know, I'm in a happy, healthy relationship and not everything has to be doom and gloom. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of what people gravitate, you know, towards this side of the internet. So personally, thank you both for doing this. Definitely, you know, have more. You should be having 10,000 subscribers by now, but we're gonna, you know, help you get that.
Yeah. And speak it into existence.
I know we didn't really touch the sex topic as much, but I do want to leave you with this. If you can get this book,
The Tao of Sexology.
It's called The Tao of Sexology by Dr. Stephen Chang. And so
just write that in the chat.
Know, this talks about the reflexology, the exercises that you can use to regenerate, you know, your reproductive organs. You know, because a lot of times we kind of use sex as a sport, rather than a healing modality, or you know, for other health related issues. So if you're a nerd, you like to read on, and you like, you know, it's called I know this kind of glittery. It's called the Tao of Sexology by Dr. Stephen Chang.
Dr. Stephen Chang.
Okay, cool. Look, you see, you got homework, family. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't just you had to drop some homework on it. You in class. So make sure you get that book. The next live, I want to hear your report and your summary on the book. Make sure you read it. You know what I mean? No half-assing.
That's right.
Read all the pages. Nah, but yeah, man, this was dope. This was live. I loved it. Yeah, so guys, make sure before you do sign out, thanks for dropping that gem with that book. But drop your names again, your website. I'm gonna put it in the chat again. Let them know, because people that did just sign on late, let them know who you are. And if you guys missed it, the live will just come right back on the stream. On the platform, on the YouTube channel. After we're done, we're gonna drop it right back on there. So you can catch all information, so you can still share this video so other people can see it. But yeah, we would like you guys to sign out before you guys go. Then we close out however you want to close out. This is the Twin Flame Coalitions, Hassani and Shelby. Take it away.
Again, our whole premise is happy. We're trying to save each indigenous family, one couple at a time, and so our mission is to help recruit and groom and invest in couples so we can build our families and grow this nation so we can do what we're supposed to do. As you know, as everything's kind of crumbling around us, we're building.
Yes.
And so we want to put everybody in the right position, to be in a place of power with our power structures as the society around us is crumbling, and we're in the perfect position to do so. So that's what we're, that's the groundwork that we got going on.
Fire. Anything from the Queen before we go out?
I love y'all. I can't see straight. So much.
We love you too, sis.
I will say this because I don't know if this was touched on. But keep in mind when it comes to relationships that you have your purpose as an individual and your partner has his or her purpose, and then you two have a purpose together. Yes. You don't have to sacrifice neither for the other. Hassani and I are both walking in our separate purposes, and we have our purpose as a unit. So if you need help finding your purpose, come get a card reading.
There you go. And with that being said, you know what I'm saying? We love you. That's Twin Flame Coalition. Thank you for coming, taking your time out of your day, your night, your busy schedule as being parents. Y'all about to move. Y'all got stuff going on in the house and all that stuff. You're feeding the baby, or like you took your time, all that stuff to be here with us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for cutting the time out of your schedule to be on the platform and drop these gems for the people that was in the that was here, that was receiving all that information. You know what I mean? We did drop your Cash App in the chat, so if you guys want to donate and send some love to the Twin Flame Coalition, make sure you guys do that. And we also put their website in there. And this is Hassani and Shelby Ali, man. You feel me?
Twin Flame Coalition.
Yeah, this is the Twin Flame Coalition. And hold up, don't go anywhere real quick. Sound effect. Can I get it? This is the Twin.
I call that yawn.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold up, and is it gonna play? Don't play an ad. Please don't be an ad. Please don't be an ad. No!
Yeah.
And it's gonna make me wait until the end. That sucks. Yeah. Well, look, this is the Twin Flame Coalition. This is Hassani and Shelby Ali.
Love it. Great news.
I gotta get the cues for the sound effects. Don't worry, I'm getting. I'm a new YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? So we getting on there. You feel me? I'm getting with the wave.
All right, folks. Thank you all for being with us tonight. Hope you guys got some good gems. Remember, their Cash App is there, and our Cash App is somewhere. So feel free to show your love.
Show your love.
And we love you all. Good night. See y'all next Wednesday for Wellness Chat Wednesday.
All right.
Peace.
All right. Peace, family.
Thank
We're going to
you.
connect. Peace.
We'll talk soon.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
All right, family. We're back.
Good night.
She's like, good night. So, family, that was a powerful live stream. Hope y'all enjoyed the live stream. Hold up, let me get this out of here real quick. Yes. So we're back. You feel me? Yeah, that was a powerful live stream. That was Twin Flame Coalition that we had on the stream. Make sure you guys, come subscribe to the channel, like the video, thumb up the video, share this video with your friends and family that needed the information. We spoke about a lot of things. Make sure y'all hit that like button. And let me also drop in the chat as well the link to our cookbook. This is a link to our cookbook that they spoke about. We got the vegan waffles, vegan fritters, vegan pizza, hot chocolate, vegan porridge. The list goes on. Vegan burgers, everything. We make everything plant-based, everything, good, healthy eating, nutritious, and delicious. So all that is in there. You click on that link. And we also have our Pathway to Wellness program. This program is for you to become your own doctor. It is designed for you to become your own doctor. The purpose, is to empower you, right? To become health conscientious and determine what is best to put in your own body. This program is aimed to plant seeds that will elevate you, right? From your current state of wellness, right? Plant eaters or meat eaters alike. So it's not meant for you to become vegan. We're going to teach you the best way to be a meat eater if you want to be a meat eater. But it's about understanding the rhythm of your body and what's going on in your body. So you don't necessarily have to depend on somebody else telling you what's going on in your body. You know what I'm saying? So the link for that is right there. Pathway of Wellness program. And also, if you want to know more about the government reparations that, honor the Shiamaru tribal government that me, my wife, Hassani, and Shelby, and Sister Khalifa that came on, and Manny and Huyana, the ones that we did the live stream about the vaccination exemptions. You can click this link, find out more about that. That is our website for the tribal organization. And if you want to know more about our homeschool, right, the place where we provide educational services to homeschooling parents, right, that is the Zayx Institute, right. Shout out to Sister Dimitri. She came on the platform earlier, and she is also one of our parents, our beloved parents, and volunteers and teachers in the program. You know what I mean? Shout out to some of the students that was on. You know what I mean? Shout out to Brother Marquise. He was on the live tonight. You know what I mean? He's another volunteer in the building. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all the other parents we saw on the live as well. All of you guys that came on to support, we love you. We appreciate you. That is the website, so you can join that family. Guys, we don't just want to talk about, we just talk. We like to give you guys solutions. We like to give you guys solutions to the problems. You know what I mean? We like to give you guys resources, right? Because we are a resource. We have to utilize these resources, especially in our community, the black community, right? So those are the links that I have here for you. Let me make sure that I do put Hassani's link again in here to his YouTube channel. So I want to make sure that you guys go over there and support the brother. You feel me? He has his thing. And also go support his wife at Mama Cardology. That's her on Instagram. That is at Mom. It's also in the on the flyer. So make sure y'all go check that out. You feel me? We gotta support each other. And here is the website. This is their website. You feel me? Oh, also, guys, how did I forget about this? Well, it's not actually mine, but my wife, Miss Botanica, is doing a Reiki session, right? You feel me? So the collective Reiki healing.
Yes, collective Reiki healing happens every new moon and every full moon. And so the next full moon is on Saturday. If you look outside, you can already see the beautiful moon.
Beautiful.
So the collective Reiki healing for this full moon in Virgo is happening this Saturday. I gotta change that. This Saturday, at 9 o'clock. And so it's really an opportunity for us to come together and, you know, build community and get really clear about our intentions, what we want to bring in and what we want to release. And we have the opportunity to do that together. It's also a sound bath, so you do get some sound healing. We collect all of the intentions, and I give energy healing to charge up each intention. And then also energy healing to just balance each energy center. So it's a really, really great time to just like commune with others, you know, hear what they want, what they're thinking about and how they're feeling, and affirm them and let them do the same for you. And it's just a really, really, really great time. Like, I love every 2 weeks, every new moon, every full moon, we come together, and it's just awesome. So, and people keep coming back, so that's a good sign. Like, people are like, we have consistent people who are coming through to the collective Reiki healing, and it makes me so happy. So feel free to come through to that. Domo just put the link in the chat.
Yes, I put the link to that. So make sure you want to sign up for that, family. Click that link. And you can go to my wife's website, main website. You can see all the other services that she does have as well. Like Sister Shelby said earlier, she has her purpose, I have my purpose, and we have our purpose
together, yeah.
You know what I mean? So she has a whole plethora of things that she does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How she has a breakthrough box on her website. She has her Reiki healing. She does the yoga. You know what I mean? There's things that we do together too. But so you can support us on our individual journeys, and you can support the squad.
And then we have herbal teas for everything. Herbal tea remedies for each body system. We also have herbal tea for anxiety, for focus. We have baths for people who would just like to relax and focus in on that self-love. We do different sessions like health consultations. We do such sessions where you can come in and get your health bioscan, so you can get a read on each organ and body system. I also do the spiritual movement coaching and Reiki sessions, which is basically a mix of talk therapy, coaching, life coaching, like specific coaching for like what's going on in your life, as well as energy healing and balancing. Womb sting spiritual journey sessions. You know, we can make herbal remedies for just about anything. Mm-hmm. So, holla at us.
Link us, family. Link us. Bioscans. We do it all. We have the QMA bioscans. We do health consultations, sound healing, private yoga sessions, sound healing yoga,
couples yoga.
With Jack and Jill of all trades. Hey, king and queen of all trades.
Yes.
But that's love. Appreciate y'all for being here with us. You know, make sure, hey, if you're still in the building, you didn't like that video, smash that like button, hit that like button, smash that like button, and share this video before you get out here. All you gotta do is hit that arrow to the side, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, family. But, you know, with that being said, I'm going to cut this Kazamra out. Oh, wait, hold up. We got
hypnotherapy.
Did we do
Actually, no, not hypnotherapy yet. That is on the list, but he complains that I'm always in some course. Like right now, I'm taking a cosmic sexuality course so that I can teach it. But hypnotherapy's definitely been on my list for quite some time. So maybe next year. I try to just stick to one course per year.
Possibly. We'll get to that. You heard? But we can always refer you to somebody that does it now if you want to look into it. You know what I mean? But we are out of here, family. Dimitri, we have class tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dimitri, for being such a great moderator as well.
Yes.
We love you.
Thank
you.
Yo, we got the best chat room on YouTube. You heard?
All right, I'm out again.
Oh, yeah, because you already know I'm about to start talking.
Good night, folks.
Yeah. So let me cut out this video capture device and hit you. Hey, make sure y'all go listen to the music. Go watch the video for this. You know what I'm saying? Live music thing. Well, not live music right now, but you know we do the video live music. My mother, feel me? So go check it out, family. Peace. Out of here.
Yes, she cares for you. My mother is the reason why I am me. Your mother is the reason why you are you. They are the reasons why we are here. They are the reasons why I know you much. And I will show you. Listen and I will tell you. She love me, my mother is the reason why I can breathe. She is the reason why we gonna school and gonna work for the cause that we are trying to achieve. She tell me, sir, if you give, you shall receive. She is the reason why I believe in ourselves, carrying yourself. I and universe, we send the blessings to me. My mother, yes, she cares for me. Your mother, yes, she cares for you. My mother is the reason why I am me. Your mother is the reason why you are here. The reasons why we are here. We are the reasons why I know you. Watch and I will show you. Listen and I will tell you. We love my mother, we love she. We love my mother, we love mommy. Yes, we love my mother. Yeah, you love my mother. We love her, yeah. Yes, we love her. We love her. Cause now you see the lights, and it's not feeling in the one and I still find time to run. Let's get together, I'm still waiting on you. I'm still waiting. From every first time I place my eyes on you. Oh my God. It was I who shot the sheriff. That family feels like that.